Hey everyone, Slayer here to introduce Nasty and Friends from BDC Studios, a podcast where two friends who met in the Army Reserves get together and talk about shit. One's a firefighter and the other has a funny laugh. So sit back, get rid of your kids, and hold on to your because it's about to get nasty, friends.
Welcome to Nasty and Friends with Pagnasty and Spicy Motherfucking Brown.
Oh my god, I know you guys did not think we would ever get back in BDC Studios this year, but here we are. It's Pagnasty here with my main man, Spicy Motherfucking Brown. How you doing, brother?
Hey, fabulous.
Dude, I'm so hyped that we're back in BDC Studios. It's been too long. I mean, we've done, 3 or 4 prison calls, since then. Shit, I don't even know what episode this is at this point. I didn't even look it up.
You know what? I think we're on 36.
Is it? That's
Around
rookie
there.
mistake, man.
35, 36?
I'm looking it up now.
Okay.
So
And we've done about 6 or 7 prison calls.
yeah.
So we had the summer. Summer was busy. If you followed us on the prison calls, you know we haven't been together since end of May.
Yeah,
Labor Day?
I think so.
So this is the first time actually being in BDC Studios. We'll do the prison calls
This is
every now and again.
36.
Okay,
Episode
bang.
36.
So we do the prison calls every now and then just to stay in touch and to talk. Episode 36, like Marty said, BDC Studios, we're back up in this bitch. It feels fantastic. I love seeing you.
Oh,
I love doing
absolutely.
this. I'm nervous, man. I'm not
I
gonna
know.
lie to you.
It seems like we're a little maybe low energy. I don't know if it's just because it's like the rainy weather. The weather's kind of shitty today. But we'll get back into it. I'm fucking happy to be here. So just a couple quick stuff. Excuse me. I want to jump into before we really get into it, just some business stuff on the end. We're at a point now where every time we upload a podcast, we drop one on the back end. Now, it's nothing that we've done. It's just our website provider that we're with. They can only hold up to 50. So we are going to switch that eventually. I think it's back up in January. I know we've talked, and we won't get into the too much behind the scenes, but I just want to say if people are out there, if we refer to an episode, I think once we upload this one, episode 2 will drop off and then stuff like that. But once we do get a place, we're going to, make some calls, make sure they can hold everything. Because I know when I find a new podcast, sometimes if I don't have any other podcasts to listen to, I like to go back and listen, maybe see how they started, shit like that. And just for us to have everything out there, I want it out there, because like you said, today we're planning on doing this forever, as long as we can. So it'd be nice to have all episodes out there. So we're definitely going to do that, and it might be once we do that, it might reflood everybody's iTunes feed full of them. So
Good. Fuck them.
yeah, download them. Get us those numbers.
100. And I want to say we opened up the website in December, I think.
Yeah.
And I want to say it's somewhere in there. December 21 or whatever, when it comes to re-up on WordPress, we're going to decline before that. We'll get a hold of customer support at one of the other website companies.
Right.
And then we'll do that for sure.
I mean, you guys who've been with us from the beginning, we don't know much about anything.
No.
The first 5 episodes are all echoey and shit like that. We still have an echoey episode every once in a while, But like I said, we love doing this, and it's a blast. So just wanted to get that out of the way for you, nasties. So stand by. And also, as far as merch, we do sell merchandise, obviously. We did have a website where you can order online, but I think they only got 4 orders in a year or something.
Yeah.
So they took it down. So if you guys want shirts or something,
hit us up. We'll get you
hit
shirts.
us know. We can get you. Obviously, we can go over prices with you and stuff like that. We could probably pretty much do what we want, but I mean, I still think, I don't know if you're still in contact with them, but I'm sure.
I still talk to Troy and Trevor at Creative T Omaha. They're still doing And real quick, to get off subject a little bit.
You're right.
That place, I met them when we were just about to start the podcast.
Yeah.
And they were in their first week of business.
Right.
I spent an 8-hour day there with them, hanging out with them. They were cool as shit. Now they're blowing up, which is great for them.
Oh yeah, that's
big
phenomenal.
shouts out to Creative T Omaha. They're blowing up. They got orders, not just local, but all over the country. So they're blown up, but they're still more than happy to help us out. I still order shirts and shit like that for family. And
yeah, absolutely.
if you guys want some Nasty and Friends swag, hit us up. We'll get you taken care of. Christmas is right around the corner.
It'll be a $5 handling fee for us though. So
For sure.
whatever we tell you your price, $5 more than you got.
Yep.
I want to get into it. So celebrity death pool, I know we haven't talked about it in a while,
Yeah.
and I when I say I got into it, we got into a conversation from the Nasty and Friends Twitter account. Follow us at Nasty and Friends with Stanhope's
Celebrity Death Pool.
Yeah, Celebrity Death Pool. And that's who runs it. That's who keeps track of our points, and that's who we go through.
Yep.
We've done it. I mean, I know this is really our first year up and going, but we had done it like back in 2012, I think, like with the Army guys. So this is technically my second time. They've been around. Those are the guys that I always go to for points to see right away. They're phenomenal. Everybody who runs it. So we were talking. They did check us out. I think it was like episode 29. We talked about the Celebrity Death Pool. So shouts out to them, for being awesome. Because I always quote, right now we're at, I think, 87 overall. So
out of 199, right?
198, I think it is. So there for a while we were, like when you got your hit, like right away at the beginning, you jumped up, we were like 50.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, they'll get a couple celebrities will die and it'll be like, one or two people had them, just slowly back up. And we got as low as like 120 something, I thought. And then, we got some good hits that came. And when I say good hits, just good point wise for us. Obviously, it sucks if anybody dies, but like their slogan is, I think, like people are going to die, might as well have some fun.
Absolutely.
100%. So, but they're awesome. And then what I loved about it is, so I said, we're just, just because who had passed away? Oh,
okay. Here we go. Hey, we had some technical difficulties. I think we're back on track now. Bear with us. We had a few months vacation. Back to week 1, day 1.
Yep.
Now, anyway, what I love about the Death Pool, like for me, this is my first year doing it. I know you guys did it back in 2012 or whatever.
Yeah.
I got the invite. I just didn't do it. Now I'm doing it. And I love it, man. I don't do fantasy. I do some gambling stuff, but I don't do anything like this. I fucking love it.
And you're in three funeral homes, right? Or not
I'm
funeral
in
homes.
4.
Actual death pools.
Yeah, I'm in 4. Yeah, I'm in 4 different funeral homes. Just
that's
because you could, like, they're all, once you get in one, a lot of them are open. Some of them invitation. Like ours is strict. Because we're doing money.
Allegedly.
So we didn't want people in there that we don't know. Like, we're not tracking down some dude in Michigan.
Right.
Like, hey, So it's all people we know. This year we got 13 people in here. I think we started off with like somewhere in the 20s. Some people just said, fuck it. Some people did it wrong. A bunch of people did it wrong. That's what you get for waiting to the last minute.
Exactly. Well,
jabronis.
Yeah. So I got it pulled up, and I don't want to cut you off, but right now, just so they know how we're standing in our funeral home, you're sitting in first place with 160 points. You have 4 hits. Now, what could shake up some shit is what's this dick? Cockroach may not be dead.
The ISIS leader.
Yeah, the ISIS leader. He may not actually be dead. And he's worth 55 points, and we have 3 people who have him. So
that's big time.
Yeah, so if it gets recalled, then we're dropping way back for sure. But so this is, as it stands right now, he's dead. First place is you. Our buddy, he's our buddy. I don't really know him, but Nick. He's in second place with 106. Long is in third with 98 points, and then J-Ho is in fourth with 46. What makes it interesting is yourself, Long, and Nick all have Cockroach.
Oh, boy.
So, but the way that the points are set up, I did the quick math the other day. You would still stay in first, and Nick would still stay in second, but J-Ho would jump ahead of Long by like 1 or 2 points if he does get taken out. So that's how it is. And then to round it up as it stands right now, 5th place is Joey, and he has 38. To go to the bottom of the board, I'm finally on. I'm not last. I'm tied for second to last. Like I said, we have 10 people who have hits. I had Hugh. I had Hefner, so I got 9 points. So I'm tied for 8th. And then my twin brother, Dirty Mike, he has 1 hit for 4 points. And then, like I said, Cam, the Degenerate, and JPEGs do not have any hits at all. Now, the Degenerate, I talked to him a lot because, as everybody knows, we work together, and that fuck is just, he's making up excuses. He's like, I thought we were just naming people that we knew and like kind of wanted to die. I didn't know people were doing research. And I was like, what are you talking? I'm like, I barely did any research. Of course I picked Hugh Hefner. Like, he's old as shit.
Yeah, he's old as fuck.
And then he was just like, he's like, oh, then who all had the terrorists? Can you name any terrorists? I'm like, the 3 people who have them, yes, 100% they can name them. So he's just pissed because he's used to winning stuff, and he's not. He doesn't have a hit, and he's afraid he's not going to get a hit because, of course, we're going to give him shit.
Right.
For, I don't get me wrong, my butthole was puckered. Like, and I didn't even know, I forgot that I had Hugh Hefner.
Okay.
Like, so, like, when he got hit, I was like, oh, we got a bunch of hits. And I'm like, fuck, I had him? I was like, that's awesome. So, but that's how our funeral home stands. So I didn't mean to cut you off. I know we looked it up.
No. It's all good, dude. I was just saying, I love the funeral home. We had a bunch of people that wanted to get in. A lot of people that didn't get in. Now every day somebody's like, oh shit, I just saw Hef died or something. Did you have him? And
right.
Every time somebody dies, I think of you, Dad.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are like, hey, next year I want to get in because I plan on, just like the podcast, I plan on doing this forever.
And it's crazy because I would say out of all the celebrity deaths this year, 2 or 3 of them I found out by people texting me like, hey, like my uncle, he's a huge fan. He's been listening since day one, so shouts out Mookie. But he texted me. He goes, hey, did you have Adam West? And I was like, did he die? And I didn't know he died yet.
Right.
He's like, yeah. And I was like, shit. And so then, obviously, because I'm a huge Batman fan, I got pissed off because he died. But then obviously I had to go look to see how many people had him. But yeah, like him and then Harris, he texted me today about Ralphie May. So we are recording this October 6th. Rest in peace, Ralphie May. Like, I know you and I are both big fans of him. We love him. And it sucks. He died. He had pneumonia, and then he ended up dying of a cardiac arrest, which, if anybody knows who Ralphie May is, he was 45. And he's probably, what, 500-600 pounds?
Yeah,
is he that?
He's probably 400 or 500 pounds.
He's probably not 6.
I've never seen him in person.
I've never seen him in person either, but
I would guess 450, whatever.
Not that it matters, but I'm just saying, like, people are like, oh yeah, of course it was his heart. But
and it's crazy because I used to listen to Stan Hope's podcast all the time, and he always has Ralphie May in his death pool.
Yes.
And I think he would tell him something like along the lines of, well, I'll keep putting you in here unless you change your lifestyle or whatever. Like,
right.
And he sent out a tweet today too, like, hey, I didn't want the points, something along those lines.
Well, that's how I was with Ric Flair. And I think we might have said that on Prison Calls. Like, when he went down, I was like, because I grew up on wrestling, man. Yeah. And I love Ric Flair. He's one of my favorites. He always cracks me up. And so, like, I did not want to see him go. I could have used the points because at the time I didn't have a hit. And unless I start knocking out these solos and it's a big last 3 months for me, I'm not going to place anyway because third place is 90-something points right now and I have 8.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so just all respect to Ralphie. So that definitely sucks. And to his kids, that's
all right, Peter Ralphie. And like the last 2 weeks, it's been a lot of bad news. I mean, this is right after the Vegas shooting at Mandalay Bay.
Yep.
Hugh Hefner died.
Yep.
Tom Petty died.
Oh my god.
Yeah, which is big hit.
I thought he was like 80, just so we're aware. Like, I did not know Tom Petty was only 66 years old.
He was young, man.
So, because obviously it tells us their age. Because if anybody who doesn't know, doesn't listen to us, it's their age minus 100, and then you get bonus points. So yes, you technically could gain points. Like, if you had somebody who was 101, usually why people pick them is because if they have a solo pick, then they get the 25 bonus points. Yep. But if 2 people picked him, you literally could.
You lose points, yeah.
Yeah, that would definitely suck. But that's how it works. So yeah, I did not know he was fucking 66 years old.
Yeah, man. So yeah, it's exciting to play. Going back to a bad, shitty 2 weeks with a lot of tragedies and shit. The only good news is that O.J. Simpson is out of jail.
Juice is loose!
The juice is loose indeed.
It's phenomenal.
Shouts out Juice.
Yo, if you want to get on podcast, hit us up. We'll get you on for sure.
Yeah, we want to hear your story, man.
It'd be, did you see shortly after, like, or when... not when he was officially released, but when the verdict came that he was going to be released, Rogan put out and said, should I have him on the podcast?
Oh, my God, dude.
I was like, absolutely, 100%.
Dude, I grew up around the OJ murder, scene.
So you're a little bit older than me. Yeah. I remember the Bronco because that's iconic, and I don't know if I remember that because I remember actually seeing it, or if it's just because you've seen it growing up, people making fun of it. But I do specifically remember being in like 3rd grade.
Okay.
And which I don't mean to like try to make you feel old at all, but I remember being in like 3rd grade, and then a teacher came in and said, "Hey, the verdict just came in. Who do you guys think O.J. Simpson is guilty or innocent?" And I don't even think I could have told you what he was on trial for. Like, I don't
really? Okay.
Being that young, my parents aren't gonna tell me, all that, the reason for that stuff, And so, but I mean, obviously I knew he was on trial, and I just remember everybody going, guilty, 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 except for one chick.
Yeah.
Heather. One chick. Heather said innocent. She probably just said it to say it. And then when she said guilty, I was pissed because she got it right. Like, I was more like, it's like I knew nothing about it. But yeah, I mean, we're old enough to know what was going on. And I mean, everybody was glued to the TV from what I hear,
For me, I was too young to know OJ from football, right? I knew he played football. I knew he played at USC. I knew he was big time.
Yeah.
I knew him from the Naked Gun movies. Yeah, and I knew him from commercials.
Yep, that's when I got older. I knew him from that. Then realized he was
okay.
Did he win the Heisman?
He won the Heisman.
I was saying that's what I thought.
Oh, you know what? I'm not. That's not 100%.
No.
Fact checkers are already like, you dumb fucks.
Right? How do
You're thinking about Reggie Bush? No, I don't know. I thought he won the Heisman at USC, but I'm not 100. I'm not 100%.
Yeah, I don't.
Again, that was before me. That was before my
right.
time. I knew him from the Naked Gun movies. I knew him from commercials and shit like that. And I was in high school in '95 during the murder trial and all that stuff.
Right.
And I, for sure, thought he was guilty. Everybody thought he was fucking guilty.
Yeah.
He's guilty as fuck. So we since like the last year, I don't know why, but there was a ton of anniversaries about that.
Right.
Ton of documentaries, not anniversary, but documentaries. It was the anniversary of the riots, I think, maybe 25 years or something like that.
Well, I mean, I think that's why, like, for people who don't know, that's why they said that. Not for the most part, wasn't the only reason, but because of all the riots and all the beatings and stuff that black people got, during those riots, they essentially tried to make good on this.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know if that has any bearing on it whatsoever.
It does. It does. In documentaries, that's what they said.
Okay.
They said it was shortly after the Rodney King beatings and then the trials and then the riots, which, like, it's not the same fucking thing. OJ was not... He was a black man, but he was in a different lifestyle. Right. He was living in fucking Beverly Hills and shit.
Yeah, absolutely. And how racist am I? I couldn't remember Rodney King's name, so I just say black people. Of course, we all know on episode 1, which you can't hear at this time because it got knocked out. Yeah. I got a little racist there. I get racist from time to time. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh no, I make jokes. So I make jokes about. I made jokes about that all week. Like OJ's out, because people get triggered by it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So OJ. The double murder, it was Nicole Brown, and people say it was her boyfriend. It wasn't her boyfriend. It was a guy at the restaurant that she knew was returning something to her. Okay. And he got murdered just for being at the wrong time at the wrong place. Nicole Brown got brutally murdered. Autopsy photos are online.
Did you look at him?
Oh, I've seen him. Yeah, I've seen him.
Of course you have.
I also have a picture of the shooter from Vegas. In his
I saw that. You know how I saw that?
How'd
Dan Balzarian, the big guy on Instagram, he put it on his Instagram story.
Oh, no shit. It probably got took down now.
Did you see his Instagram story?
No.
The night of? He was at that concert. Because I watch Instagram stories, and most of the time I just, pass through or whatever, but I was, looking through him, and he's and this is the next day. So I woke up, I found out about the Vegas shooting from Twitter, and I saw... Like I said, I knew about it, and I knew he lived in Vegas. And then, like I said, I was on Instagram, and I was like, oh, shit, he was at that concert? And he's like, oh, Jake Owens is on stage. He's backstage. And the next thing you know, he's, just running. You could just hear the machine gun in the background. Yeah. He's like, holy fuck, some girl right beside me just got killed, brains hanging out. Because, he's all about that. He goes, I'm going back home to get my gun and going back. And, he did. Obviously, police aren't going to let him do anything. And he says that he did. I didn't actually see him have his gun. But why would he lie about that? He put up Instagram stories about going to Mexico where he's carrying, AKs and shit like that. So I don't doubt that he did it at all. And he's such a fucking millionaire that he's donated so much money and food and shit. So shouts out to him for doing that stuff. But hearing it in the background, him running away, he's like, some fucking mass shooting. I'm like, it was crazy to see.
Yeah, that's crazy shit. but I do have a picture of that, talking about dead people's photos. But him dead on the hotel room floor. But how do we get off the topic?
Who the fuck knows? You know how we do it here. We just go off the rails.
So anyway, OJ, he did it. He did that shit. Everybody knows he did that shit. He got off, and the reason he got off is because he's got money. And if you have money in this country, you could do whatever the fuck you want. Where Other people can't. So he actually got arrested later for stealing back memorabilia. It was an armed robbery. I think he did about 10 years, and now he's out. So a fucked up joke we were saying at work was, wait, so OJ got out last night, and then the next day there's a mass shooting in Vegas. He got out in Vegas. It's got to be OJ, you know? It's
right.
gotta be OJ.
Yeah, it's crazy. And what's even more crazy is this, I thought this was funny. I heard on a podcast, and you're gonna hear me say that a lot because I don't really read and I listen to shit ton of podcasts. But they said, because you know how 2017 and stuff, all the CTE stuff that comes out, that the doctor said, like, if say that exact case, like with OJ, like way back in the day was now, he goes, would 100% bring CTE up. But that means he would have to admit that, yeah, he did it, but he did it because of CTE. Right. So, which I think is kind of funny because, again, everybody knows he did it. Yeah. But the fact that he just is insane.
And that wouldn't give him a not guilt. I mean, that wouldn't give him a not guilty for sure, you know? Like, because any time like that, like, well, just turn yourself in. Say you're having homicidal tendencies. You can't just kill people and say CT, but CT is a fucking problem. But
yeah,
either way. Oh, so anyways, okay, so I started watching some documentaries about OJ, and there were some good ones out recently, and I guess I don't know where I was at. I might have been active duty or something. I missed this part, but OJ got out of jail. He was not guilty in the murder trial, and then he went to the civil trial.
Right.
And there it's a lot different.
Oh, yeah.
It's only, it doesn't have to be unanimous. It could be as long as it's 51%.
Right.
So 51%, he had to pay the gold, I think it was Ron Goldberg and Nicole Simpson's family a shit ton of money. I don't think he ever paid it. He moved down to Miami.
Probably not.
And he moved down to Miami, and I didn't know this. And he was doing like rap videos. He's getting drunk and getting high.
Oh, shit. I didn't know that.
He's gotten videos with chicks showing their titties. Like, he was just on the wrong, like, all fucked up. Like, Jesus Christ.
Well, how else are you going to handle murdering somebody? You know what I mean?
Lay low. Look at Casey Anthony.
Right.
Look at, you know, I mean.
But his conscience has got to be fucking going crazy. I mean, the fact that, one, he got away with it is probably just so fucking. He probably, I guess, in my opinion, was not prepared. I mean, I don't know. Right. You could say he was probably cocky and like, you know, oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna get off. But I think deep down he knew. Yeah. Obviously he did it. Yeah. Like, and then he's like, holy shit, I got out. Like, you know, might as well just fucking go ape shit now. So.
But there's tons of great documentaries about it because it's fascinating.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, it's fascinating because he's a superstar at this time. It's fascinating because during the chase, there's people going to freeways with signs and everything, and it's just like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, you're a superstar if you murder people, and they're still like, you know what? Fuck, he's the juice.
It's the juice. Definitely. He can run a ball.
Yeah, the freeway chase was incredible, like all about it. And then the trial. I mean, the trial went on for months, you know, and it was like a fucking.
Is there any bigger trial that's ever been publicized that you can think of besides the OJ trial? Because I can't think of one. I know the Casey Anthony thing was pretty big, but
another ending that people were just like, "What the fuck is going on?" And it's not like she had money, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. That's the difference. And I mean, people like if you know the name, like you say the name, like Casey Anthony, people are like, yeah, maybe, but I think most people they hear OJ, they're like, shit, like you know, I can't think of anyone.
I can't either. Yeah, that's crazy. So I watched a few documentaries about it, and I make jokes about it. Like, he's out, and he should be out for the robbery thing because they went in depth about that.
Yeah,
it was his memorabilia kind of thing. He went overboard, and I know the judge was like, "Fuck this, we're going to throw the book at him for this." And then people are like, "You think somebody asked me at work, like, you think he's gonna fucking get crazy again?" Like, no, man, he's fucking old as fuck.
He's 70. He's 70 now.
Like, yeah, he's not gonna be out there wilding. Well, whatever, you know. That's just a crazy story.
He's on the loose, though.
He's on the loose, though. Fuck,
his life, man. That's it. He just needs to go somewhere and just lay low. Just don't talk to anybody. Just golf and fish. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, do that because you're, like, maybe somewhere local where, well, I mean, I would say go to somewhere small, but he's black, so he probably wouldn't be welcome just off that alone. But unfortunately, but I go somewhere and just fucking lay low, live out your days, man. Stay.
Yeah, be thankful for being fucking rich.
Yeah,
and that you got away with brutal murders.
Fuck.
Yeah, you fuck. But at the same time,
Excuse me.
OJ, we'd love to have you on the podcast. We'll take your side of the story, bro. I mean, we're all
Could
fair.
you imagine
this is real news.
Any place he could go ever in the entire world,
Yeah.
any news outlet, any huge podcast, he comes to Nasty and Friends.
Yeah.
And wouldn't that be great? Let's play this out. Let's theoretically play this out. So
Okay.
he comes here. We don't talk about it at all.
we only talk
just
like
maybe
that was
talk
bullshit, man. It was your memorabilia. Like we never talked about the murders.
Right.
We couldn't.
No, I'd be shitting
We'd pat
myself.
him.
The
We'd
whole
have to have
time.
somebody else pat him down once he came in. Every time he like reached up for something, we'd be like flinching.
Jeez, right? Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's 70, so I feel like we could take him easily. But I mean, I don't know.
Oh, we'd fuck
I mean,
him.
he's been in prison for 9 years. He's probably working out. Probably not.
Nah,
but-
man. I think we'd fuck him up, but
Right.
he does work.
Don't even bring up him being in jail at all. Just like just talk about just normal stuff. Like so.
Yeah. You watch anything on Netflix right now?
Yeah. What's your favorite show?
I love like Dave Chappelle. I love Dave Chappelle's stand-up, the new ones on Netflix.
Yes.
And I loved his old stuff from the actual Chappelle show.
Right. Oh,
I
absolutely.
Remember the deal when he's on trial, when he's like, what about, like, they're asking black people about OJ, and he's like, I'd be, well, what if this? And they'd be like, well, I'd be real surprised because my family doesn't even really beef with OJ like that. They talk about R. Kelly, and he's like... But yeah, Dave Chappelle, and he talks about 3 times he met OJ. And
4 times.
4 times? Okay.
4 times.
Yeah, man. Shouts out Chappelle, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Have you
Goddamn.
seen any new stand-ups lately?
You know what? No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I've seen. I've seen a couple. So they have Jerry before Seinfeld,
Okay.
which was really. I mean, it was good. It was all right. I mean, it wasn't like slaps. I mean, obviously he's a great comedian. I love Jerry Seinfeld. Seinfeld's one of my all-time favorite shows.
Sorry, I did start watching that. I just didn't finish. I didn't get into it. I couldn't get into it.
I like the way that it's set up because it was all about before. Like I said, he had that the show Seinfeld that put him on the map and is one of the biggest shows of all time, stuff like that. And so Jerry before Seinfeld he went back to where he originally first started stand up, and like it wasn't like he would do a little bit of a set, do some old jokes, and then would cut to him like at his house. He'd talk a little bit about it. So it was a little bit different. Like it didn't feel like an hour. I mean, it just felt like it was kind of like I don't want to say documentary because that's not the right word. I don't know. It just didn't have the normal feel of a stand-up. But I really did enjoy it because I love Jerry Seinfeld.
Maybe I'll go back and watch it.
Yeah, I would rewatch it. Cracked me up. It was kind of cool, like what they did with all of his notes and stuff like that. So I love that. Mark Maron's newest one is really good. It never.
I love Mark Maron.
Yeah, it never had me like I can't breathe, stand up, like slapping my knee, but it kept my attention to the whole thing, and I did laugh good at a lot of different parts, but it wasn't just like it's the piss yourself laughing type stuff. And there's just a lot of different styles of comedy. Some of it are just like the people trying to get a point across, and they make it funny, and it's really interesting. And there's just some that you just piss yourself laughing the whole time. But yeah, so those two are the most recent ones. I know as of October 10th, Christina Pazsitzky is coming. Her new stand-up is called Mother Inferior. That hits Netflix. Okay. So I'm really excited about that because she's hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
And that's like a new podcast that I've gotten into. I know we've talked about it before and mentioned it, but Tom Segura Tom Segura's her husband. And
Your Mom's House.
Your Mom's House podcast. But I would just listen to an episode here and there, but it's like I listen to every week now. Like it's silly. That's the best way to explain it. Like talk about like farts and shits and just like
YouTube
just
videos,
silly stuff, and I absolutely love it.
Okay.
It's becoming one of my favorite ones because they're great together and they're both so funny. So I can't wait to watch her stand up. I'm really pumped about her.
Yeah, I heard about that. She's doing a special.
He has one coming out sometime. Like it's already recorded.
No shit.
He recorded in Denver last.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right. Because I was considering going to it in Lincoln, and then we would have had to move some stuff around, and it just didn't work out. It was at the Rococo.
Yeah, because he was there. And 3 days later,
he was
went
at
to
Denver.
Yeah, he went to record it. So yeah, you would have seen his hour. So I'm sure that'll be coming out maybe beginning of next year or something like that. But I mean, I used to be like, I'm gonna watch every stand up they put out because you know how much I love stand up comedy. We've talked about it a million times. But they just start putting out so much stuff. Like I can't keep up. Like I wanted to watch Norm Macdonald's new one. I heard it's great. I haven't got a chance to watch it yet, but definitely Christina's queued up. I'll probably watch that shortly after that comes out for sure.
For sure. And I love stand-up comedy too, and I'm like that with podcasts.
Yeah.
Like there's so many different ones that come out, and I just don't. I got a short trip to the store and a short trip to work, and at home I'm usually not listening to podcasts, but I got in the Prince and the Wolf podcast.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, listening to a few of the Joe Rogan podcasts. But yeah, stand-up comedy, the last one that I watched, and it's been a few months, was the new Chris D'Elia.
Yeah.
I thought it was fucking
Man
fantastic,
on Fire is
dude.
phenomenal, man. I
Fantastic.
loved it. He's good. This is somebody with a completely different style.
Yeah.
You know, that's great. Yeah, his is really good, so it's phenomenal. My brother, he loves Chris D'Elia, so he was like, he watched it probably the day that it came out, if I remember right. But I'm trying to think if any other ones have come out that I've watched that maybe I forgot, but those are the most recent ones. So, and the ones that are coming up, I don't know. I know Chris Rock's supposed to drop one on Netflix at some point.
I think I heard that.
I don't know if he's recorded it or anything. He's not like, there's a lot of comedians I follow by listening to their podcasts. I follow on Twitter. He's not one of them, but I will 100% probably watch it the day that it comes out.
Oh my god, dude!
He's one of the greatest.
Yeah, I remember when Chris Rock, like, hearing his, what was it, Bigger and Blacker, and then he had like 3 of them in a row that were just killing it.
Oh, so
killing
fire.
it. Chris Rock is so fucking good, and he hasn't came out with anything in a long time. I don't know if he does stand up regularly. I imagine if he's got a special coming out,
I think
he has
does.
to.
Yeah. I mean, you have to, and he does. He does guest spots all over the place, and I mean, he's recently gotten divorced. And so I think like he talks about it in this stand up, and I had heard Rogan say on his podcast at one point that he's like, the stuff that he's talking about on stage is phenomenal.
Okay,
so
good.
I'm pumped. I cannot wait. I don't know when it comes out.
No.
Have any idea, but I know that like when they announced before Dave Chappelle's ones came out that they had signed, like, I think Schumer for one, like Chris Rock, and then like, you know, Chappelle for like 3 of them or something. So
shit. Yeah, dude, he's so good, and he did so many movies, and I think he did like director shit or producer shit.
Yeah.
You know, so he was busy with that. If he's back to stand up now, and because I remember he did the last big special he did. He was married, so I could tell it was different.
right.
You know, he was different. And
Because he talks about being married as
Yeah.
opposed to being single.
Yeah, yep.
You know, was it married and annoyed, single and lonely, or something like that?
Yeah. Well, let's take a step back. We'll set the tone here, and then I want to get back into Netflix.
Yes.
Not riding Netflix's dick, but we got to talk about it.
Yes.
So here we are. We're in BDC Studios. It's been a few months.
So good.
Outside of the studio, we got a storm. It's been raining for 3 days or so.
Jesus.
Rain's coming down. There's thunder and lightning in the background. Inside BDC Studios, we got YouTube on.
As always.
We have a compilation on. It's just going back to back. And it's unsatisfying videos.
Yes.
So everybody's familiar with the satisfying videos.
The oddly satisfying
satisfying
and we've
videos.
had them playing on the background
Yes.
before, and probably more than one podcast, if I remember right. So,
And those are very satisfying. These are the opposite of that, and it's awful. I haven't really been looking at it at all, but we have to have it on in the background.
yeah, we're switched around this
We are
time.
switched
So
around,
like,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not facing the TV, which is good because I know sometimes I get a little too faded, and your voice is just so soothing. Like it just, you know, I got that taint tickle going.
Yeah,
it's like I
like-
just feel, and I just kind of, I don't zone out, but I'm listening. So
Like, yo,
it's
wake
good.
Wake up. I'm sipping on some motherfucking Tito's.
Yeah,
You got some Captain Morgan.
absolutely.
And then
Pedialyte.
And Pedialyte.
Gotta stay
I got
hydrated.
Pedialyte in here too, man.
Yeah.
We got some chicken marsala,
Oh, so good.
courtesy of Camus.
Real MVP.
Yeah, real
Shouts
MVP.
out Camus.
Shouts out. It's a healthy meal. It was over Bowtie Noodles.
Steamed broccoli.
Yep, steamed broccoli. We had the mushrooms and the marsala chicken sauce. Today, while you were driving and doing your thing, I smoked a 10-pound pork
Pork ass.
and right now it's just resting.
Oh, it looks so good. You showed it to me when I got here.
Yeah, dude.
Looks phenomenal.
I tasted it a little bit. It's just in there wrapped up, resting for hours. I'm going to semi-pull it and then put it in the crock pot, put it on warm for tomorrow. But, yeah, dude. It is a cooking show, so we had to bring that
It's
up.
absolutely a cooking show. Yeah, I'm fucking pumped for you. Always make a killer pork ass. So
Thanks, brother.
Yeah, so I'm pumped about it and get some of that hot sauce. Speaking of hot sauce,
Yeah.
I know we've talked about it on Twitter and shit, but everybody knows episode 30 for us, how much we love Hot Ones, and I watched every episode. Fucking love that show.
Shouts out Sean Evans.
Absolutely, and anybody who's on that show, and we did it. We ran through the gamut, and we all know how the very ending was super disappointing for us. We got the one that wasn't hot at all, even though it said it was.
Yeah.
And then Blair's Mega Death Sauce finally came back into stock.
Yep.
So you bought it, and
Yep.
it came in. We tried it on, like, I think it was like a cracker, like a Cheez-It or a Ritz or Triscuit or some type. Went through that. But if anybody follows Hot Ones, they know that there's now a hotter hot sauce than Blair's Mega Death Sauce with Liquid Rage, and it's Hot Ones.
You stroking
Yeah,
out?
I did. I stroked out. I was like, I don't know what the fuck happened.
No, I don't care, man.
Blair's Mega Death Sauce with Liquid Rage.
Yep,
There it is.
that's it.
Nailed it. Well, because I almost wanted to say Liquid Rage before.
All right.
But anyway. But there is, Hot Ones has, the newest one is made with Pepper X, which I did find out, Pepper X, it is the hottest pepper in the world, but it's not, it may not be called Pepper X. They just call it that because there's no official name for it. It's just like a hold place. But it is made with that, and it's called The Last Dab. And it's because if anybody who doesn't watch the show on the last wing, it's tradition that they always put a little bit of the last dab on the wing to eat it. And so, they came out with it. They said, we have 1,000 bottles for sale. We're going to put it on. It's going to go on sale at this time. Be here. Make sure you're clicking on it. And so I texted you and I told you about it, and I said, I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. There can't be that many fucking people who want to get it. So I'm there on my phone. I'm there on my computer getting ready. Time gets, and I go to click, and like I can't get through on either one. The fucking hot sauce sold out in 90 seconds. All 1,000 bottles.
1,000 bottles.
And we were not one of them. And you could only limit is 2. You can only buy 2 at once. I was so fucking pissed because I was like, that's it. We're never going to get it. We're never going to get it. And then I remember them saying that they were going to check in next week. And so I thought it was going to be the whole thing again. Yeah. And so I had told you about it. Yeah. I said, so you could try on your phone and computer, and at least one of us will get through. Well, then I just forgot completely about it. So that night, I was sitting there. I was like, oh, shit, that was today. And I'll go, I'll go to the website and I'll check. And it says click here at 11, Eastern time. And it's like 4 p.m. Central time. So it's way past that. And I click and it's like available. And I'm like, what? And so they sold it for like 2 to 3 days. Yeah. So from like September 21st through like the 24th or whatever. Okay. And but depending on when you buy it is when they'll ship out. And they're going to ship out anywhere from the end of September, like through November. So ours has not shipped yet, but we definitely have a bottle of it. So once it gets here, we have talked, and because we're not bitches at all, we're not just going to try it. We're going to run the whole fucking gamut again. So I don't know if we might bring on a guest for it. Cam's definitely going to be here. She's got to read us the questions and shit. But I'm getting pumped up about it, man. Like when I texted you, I said, would you want to run the gamut again? And you're like, fuck yeah.
Absolutely.
Like, absolutely do. Like I said, every time that we watch Hot Ones, it's I respect, I know what they're going through.
It's a lot different now watching it.
Yeah, so to go back through it, so be looking to that. I mean, it may not be until next year because, again, I don't know when we're going to get this sauce and when we get together, but we are definitely going to do it, and it's going to have the ending that it should have the first time. So,
and dude, like I love that you did that. I love that. It's on the way, and I still love Hot Ones. I just watched Terry Crews today. I didn't get to watch it yesterday. I watched Terry Crews on Hot Ones today. I watched Wanda Sykes last week. I watch every week, and it's completely different. Like you said, it's completely different now that you know what they're going through. Yes. Like, it's legit pain.
I mean, it's not that I ever doubted, because I never doubted anybody.
I didn't doubt it either.
But to know, like, when people, like, it sounds like they're stroking out.
Or hallucinating.
Or
whatever.
Hallucinating, or they don't know what they're talking about. Yeah, we've been in the suck, is what we kept
We've been in the suck.
It, so.
And I think I read somewhere, I think I looked it up, and the Last Dab, the Pepper X, I thought they said it was like 2.4 million or something.
It
like
is.
That.
It's over 2 million Scoville units, and Mega Death Sauce is like 550,000. Now, with that being said, I know we have said on the podcast before that we would, if we got something like 2 to 4 million, we wouldn't try it.
Right.
Like I know. I remember me specifically saying, I guess you did try. What was it, 1 million or was it 2 million at your sister's house?
Yeah, I had the flashbang. That was around 2 million.
Okay. Yeah.
But that wasn't, and it's weird. Okay, so that is an extract. So you can have extracts.
That's my point. That's where I was getting.
You can have extracts and blend a bunch of shit and extract all the hot stuff and make ridiculous sauces. This is a legit pepper. So the same dude. So I'll go back just a little bit. So Ghost, for a long time, the ghost pepper was the hottest pepper on the planet.
Yes.
Pepper started getting more and more popular. People were like, we want hotter shit, whatever. The Carolina, I think the Trinidad, was it the Trinidad Scorpion?
Yes.
Came out.
I believe so.
And then...
Again, fact checkers.
Fact checkers, yeah. Fuck you. We're faded already. Don't trip.
Yes.
So then the guy that created the Carolina Reaper, which is the hottest pepper on the planet, is the same guy that was doing his fucking thing, like growing peppers.
Yeah, splicing
exploring,
genes or however the shit that they do.
However you want to call that. He came up with the Pepper X.
Yes.
And it's a real pepper. It's not an extract. So this is like a legit...
So that's what I'm saying. All like the last dab, it's all made with natural ingredients. There's no extracts. So like that, like for sure I'm gonna try.
We're gonna dominate that shit.
Yeah.
And going through that, and I don't know what it is. Like we did the whole, we ran the gamut, and it sucked, man. It hurt. You hallucinated a little bit. It was a different feeling. But as soon as it's done, you're just like, fuck, I do that again.
Yeah, absolutely.
As it's going on, you're like, I'm never gonna do this again. Never gonna go through this.
No.
Yeah, right. And then when it's over, you're like, fuck, I do that again. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's something about it. It's being in the suck. You know, it's about if you're never in the suck, you don't fully enjoy what you have. But it's not that deep. It's not like we're going to war or anything. You know what I mean? But at the same time, like you want that again. You know, that's why after that I did the flashbang, the 2 million. You know, and every time somebody has something hot now, I'm like, yeah, give it to me. I'll try that.
And I used to never be that type of person. I mean, when I mean never used to be, up until when we did the challenge, like I wouldn't shy away from spicy food, but I wouldn't go, ask for I love jalapenos, but I wouldn't ask for jalapenos on my sandwich. I would only get it if it came with it, like that type of stuff. I never tried different hot sauces. And then after doing that challenge, I'm all about it. Jen started making spicier food at home and, stuff like that. Yeah. So I fucking love it. I legitimately excited to do it again.
Oh, me too.
Even though I know it's going to be absolutely horrible.
Yeah, it's going to suck.
But
I've never went back and listened to that episode.
I haven't either because you know why? Because it's gonna be just what'd you say? Sorry, I heard what you were saying. I'm on a different level. Yeah. I just remember looking at you and been like you're gone. You're there. You're trying to get through it, and I'm like, the only reason why I recognize it is because I was right there with you. So
it sucked, man. I think that pain really it kicks in, and then it fucks up something in your head where you almost they talk about on the show, which if you just watch the show you're like yeah whatever, but when you're going through it you actually kind of get a high, your endorphins kick in, you're in another place. I just remember breathing. I thought I was hyperventilating at one point. I was taking so much O2 in and it sucked, but we got through it, and that's a victory. And I'd love to do it again because I love chicken wings. Plus, I want to try that. And with the last dab hot sauce,
that we know it's going to be legitimate.
It's going to be legit.
And I don't remember who was on, but what they said was the problem with the show hot ones is that. It's just a nice gradual increase, and then the last four, it's just such a big step up to each one. Right. So, and the Da Bomb just fucking blows. It just tastes so bad.
And that was kind of like one of the ones we had. I can't remember which one we had.
Yeah, that was it. 357? Is that the one that just tasted like
yeah. To
shit?
To me, the Mad Dog 357 tasted awful. Just fucking awful. One of those. As soon as you put it in your mouth, you're like, this is fucking bad. I did that, so. We got a garden, and we got jalapenos. We could not find habaneros for anything. They were sold out. We didn't grow any habaneros. So we got habaneros from somebody. And Camus is at the sink, next to the sink in the cutting board, and she's chopping them up. And she's tears are going down. She's like, I said, I'll do it. I'll finish cutting them up. And then there were green habaneros and orange habaneros. And I was like, I got to try one of these. So I put one in my mouth. And I started chewing it, and immediately I was like, "Oh!" My body was like, "No, what are you doing?"
Not again,
dude.
Not again.
It knew right away, as soon as it touched my tongue, before I even took a bite out of it, my body was like, "Oh, you dumb fuck, dude!" Pain, and it was hot.
Would you do that again?
Yeah, I would do that.
Yeah,
because I'm stupid. I would do that again. But that's the thing. and the habaneros even we have here, they're hot as fuck, man. Like I think the ones at the store are engineered to just be a mild habanero to eat for flavor or whatever.
Right.
The ones in the garden, I think it depends on the rain maybe or something, but they're not the same. Like they're even the habaneros, the jalapenos. Some of them, it's a big range. Some of them are mild. You know, you could take the seeds out of some habaneros, you could eat them, nothing. Other habaneros, or I keep saying habaneros, excuse me. Because I never eat habaneros other than the story I just told. But some jalapenos, you can take the seeds out, eat them. They're not that bad. Some of them, they'll fucking murder you, you know. And the ones we had here, even they'll hurt you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the habaneros are the same way. I never buy them at the store. They're like $7.99 a pound. I just don't have I'm making nachos. Like, yeah, we could buy habaneros.
Right.
It's not like it's expensive because, even if they're $8 a pound, you only need
right.
You only need a little bit. So it's not that, but it was always like, well, we could just get jalapenos as long as they're hot enough that we'll put seeds in them, whatever, they'll do the trick. But like legit habaneros are hot as fuck. They will fucking murder you.
Yeah, I've never ate a pepper like that. I wouldn't because I know they're awful. And I know, like I said, when we do that challenge, I mean, we have all pretty much the same hot sauces.
Yeah.
We're obviously going to have it into the last one, but we'll also have some homemade one because Thomas and Sarah, and I mean Thomas and Sarah, I think it was just Sarah. They've been on the podcast before, but she made us a hot sauce, and she says it's pretty bad. And because I talked to her, I go, now, did you make it just for heat? Or she's like, no, I made it to like taste good. So I don't have it in my possession yet. Like they still have it, but once we get it, I said the thing is she doesn't know what the Scoville unit's on it, so I think we'll just have to look at it, maybe smell it, see what we think, and just throw it up.
Somewhere
and it'll be up on the top end.
Yeah.
But the thing is like I don't want to make it so where it's too early and then the next couple of ones are low.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be like go from like, you know.
She said there was some Reaper in there, right? If I remember.
I don't remember.
I want to say she said there was some Reaper in there, or maybe some Scorpion. Trinidad
I think we either put it right before Mega Death Sauce or right after. I mean, it goes one of those, I think.
Because when we did it, it was hotter than Hot Ones.
Yeah.
Like they get into the Hot Ones around Zombie Apocalypse around 7 or 8. Yeah, because it was 7 is Zombie Apocalypse, then The Bomb, then 357. You know, we got in the deep end around 4 or 5.
Right. Yeah.
So
we turn it up higher sooner.
Yeah. We shouts out to Volcanic Peppers. It's a local place. They're legit with their pepper stuff, but they make their sauces or salsas or jams or whatever with really good flavor, but it's got heat like a motherfucker.
Kick.
So that stuff it was fucking happy. We had that chocolate lightning, and then we had that Mike's whatever that
hard lemonade.
No, yep. Yeah,
shouts out Dane.
Shouts out Dane. But no, it was the two we had from there. The chocolate lightning which was made with some fucking hot shit, and I emailed them and they gave us the Scoville units, and they were all 200,000, 300,000.
Yeah, and for people, maybe somebody's new, and I know we talk about this like every podcast, but we love it, and we go so long without podcasting that it's good for pressure. But we don't do the exact same sauces as Hot Ones, obviously, because we like to go local, and, and stuff like that. Yep. So, dude, I'm fucking definitely pumped to do it.
I am too. So we went in the deep zone early, and I remember being in the suck. We were in the suck for a while, and then once we got up to, the Mad Dog 357, like... Fuck, that was a suck fest, but I can't wait to do it again. We will definitely do it again. I can't wait to try the fucking last dab.
Yeah,
man.
See, I'm not a mustard fan, but I don't actively put regular mustard on there. But I do like spicy mustards. I do like honey mustards. So I think the mustard taste I'll be okay with.
And I think it'll probably be more like a horseradish kind of, which. A strong horseradish will fuck your shit up too, clear your sinuses. But no, I'm excited about it, man.
Do you think we should have a guest, or do you just want to just like you and me and just like do it legitimate again? Me and Cam?
Sure. They show their credentials that they can hang.
Do interview process.
Yeah, we do interview process. Fucking inject them with hot shit, like maybe in their penis, whatever the interview process is. They pass that, we have
right in the dick hole.
Right in the dick hole, yeah.
All right, I like it. So submit your credentials to us at nastyandfriends@gmail.com.
Put your apps in. Look, I gotta pee. I don't want to leave you hanging.
No.
So, are you all right?
Yeah, no, go, man. I think I'll just kind of get into the VR a little bit here.
You talk about the VR a little bit.
Yeah, so I tell you guys like what I saw on my end. So Spicy, I get here, and I had known that he'd had it, but he's got the PlayStation VR, and for people who don't know what VR is, that's virtual reality. I figured most everybody did it. Or most everybody knows what that is, but I had Snapchatted a couple people, and my younger brother didn't have any idea what VR was. So, he knows what it is, he just didn't know VR stood for virtual reality. But it's the big headset that you put on, and you look everywhere. Now, I'm sure that I've said it a bunch of different times on the podcast and stuff, but I am not a fan of sharks. Not that I watched Jaws when I was younger, because I did. It's not that it bothered me or I had some weird thing with sharks. They just always freak me out. I've said it once, I said it a million times. Something that doesn't evolve over millions of years or evolve that much, you just don't fuck with. And most of the time, anytime that you're going to encounter a shark, you're going to be in their territory. So, like, if I saw a shark on land, I'd probably be okay with that. So I get one. Spicy knows this, of course. So he's like, hey, you want to try this VR? You want to try the shark one? And I was like, I don't want to, but I ain't no bitch, so I'm going to do it for sure. So get in there, and you're in like a cage, and you got surround sound on, you got your headphones on. And for like the first half of it, I didn't put one earpiece in, just because like I was like talking to Spicy, and I didn't want him fucking with me, which he didn't. He's not that type of a guy, so which is awesome. But you're in this cage, and you're like doing this mission with two other people, and you're on comms with them, and then they like pretty much lower you into this trench, which is fucking creepy enough as it is, because the ocean is a fucking scary ass place. But what happens is a shark comes around, and you end up getting attacked by the shark, and he ends up ripping off the front part of the cage for you. There was a couple of times that I like just had to stand there and just breathe. Just inhale slowly and just exhale deep. And like, I obviously know it's fake and stuff, but the detail of it, like you see the scars. They get so close, you look directly into the eye of the shark, and it's way creepier than what I thought it was gonna be. Like, I knew it was creepy, and I've watched reaction videos before of people doing VR, but I thought, like, I didn't think it was going to be as, like, scary and creepy as it was. And so, like I said, just breathe. I got through it because, like I said, I ain't a bitch. I didn't move around a lot just because. But, it's cool. Like, looking, you're under there, like, if you don't know how it's set up, like it's on a TV, and whatever you're looking at, the people that don't have a headset on are looking at the TV, and they see what you see, and it's pretty cool. Like when you're looking around, you have like a headlamp, so if it's somewhere dark, and then like it's on your head, like, and you see in the light shows, and it's phenomenal. It's the first time I had ever done VR, and so to do it, the shark and face the shark, man, it's fucking creepy as shit. So
man, you did great. I thought you did great. You're a little faded too, which has to add to the...
Yeah, absolutely. Add to the panic.
Yeah. So at work, I was filling in at another station for some special ops stuff.
Yeah.
One of the guys there is like, yeah, I got this computer, I got the Oculus Rift. We play it every now and then. I was like, fuck yeah, I'm in.
Hey, have you ever done anything like that prior?
Never.
Okay.
I've seen a ton of videos, so I'm like, yeah, I want to play it. So as somebody was playing it, you're watching on the screen, and you're like, oh, yeah, this is cool. Because I'm a gamer. Like,
right. I
was a gamer as a kid. So I played Nintendo, then I had the Sega, then I had the Xbox. After I don't want to get into my game history. I'm a gamer for a long time, especially when I have my roommates. Shouts out Fox, shouts out Meston. We would play Call of Duty.
Oh, yeah.
You name it. Modern Warfare, Black Ops. We would play that serious, dude. Headsets. I play that serious. And then since, I haven't played, I have an Xbox. The boys have a PS4. I haven't played PlayStation or Xbox online for forever.
It's been a long time.
It's $70 a year. I never play it, so I just didn't have it. So I played this Oculus Rift, and it's incredible. So so you're sitting in a room, like at the firehouse I was at. Everybody's in a recliner. You put that headset on, and now you're in a different place. You got surround sound. You're in a different place. So now in front of you, like in front of me, like when I first put it on, I was playing a war game. So it was like a city or something, and you're getting ready to go to battle.
So you were actually gaming then?
I was gaming.
Okay.
So I look behind me, and instead of recliners and guys in the firehouse behind me. Now I'm in a big armory.
Right.
So I look right, and instead of the wall that was there, it's a wall full of weapons on a wall. I look behind me. There's an armor cleaning a weapon, like a dude in the room that's not there. You're just in another.
And it looks like you're really.
It looks legit because
it's so good.
Because gaming now, like even if you play like a NBA 2K or whatever, like it looks almost like the real game, you know. So now I'm in another. Everywhere I look, you look at the floor. There's shell casings. You look up. There's the sky. Everywhere you look, you're in the game. You kind of forget where you're at. And I remember at one point in the game, you have motion sensors in your hand, so you have to like hit your other hand to reload a weapon. I'm ducking behind a brick wall. I'm popping up. I'm shooting. And at one point, I leaned against the wall to try to get up. Well, the wall's imaginary. It's not really there. It's all like fall over. You get immersed in this.
Oh yeah, I can see how people could be addicted to it for sure.
It's the future of gaming. It's crazy because not only is it 3D, everywhere you look, you're in the game. Down, up, 360. On top of that, it's 3D, so things will like jump at you or bullets will fly by you. It looks like it's 3D, so it's crazy. So I knew the boys would love it. I looked at, we have a semi-souped up computer. I don't know if it was good enough for the Oculus Rift.
Okay.
Straight up, if you want to buy a computer and the Oculus Rift for a computer, it's about $1,600.
Yeah.
The PlayStation 4 was $500. Now it's about $400. To get the VR bundle package, it's $500.
Jesus.
I didn't really want to pay that.
Right.
I got other stuff I could buy. So what I did was, I knew the boys would like it. I made a couple calls to a few like stores, you know.
Right.
Asked about their return policy.
Why, did you have a stroke there?
Yeah, I guess so.
You guys know how we do it here on Nasty and Friends. Just bear with us.
Yeah, we're faded. So a couple of the places they said they have 30-day return policies. So I said, well, what if I took it out of the box? Because some people do play that and they get motion sickness or whatever.
Yeah.
They said, we'll take everything back except for the game. The game's $20. So my plan is I still got a few weeks left. So I'll play it for 30 days, return it, lose $20 on the game, take that to gamers, maybe get a few bucks from that. But pretty much it's a free rental.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So rent it for 30 days. Because I looked at Ace what is it, that Ace Rental place?
Ace Rent to Own?
Ace Rent to Own. I did that before, dude, when I was a hardcore gamer.
Yeah.
My Xbox took a shit. It was under warranty, but that took a month, and it was right after a game came out. I actually filled out, it was like a 15-page packet. They knew I was only going to have it for a month.
Right.
They were calling references and shit. I'm like, fuck that. Then you got to pay like $70 a month. So this is pretty much a free rental to try VR. You
just don't think like you don't either like it enough to keep it, or you just don't think you would do it, or you afraid you'll do it too much.
No. It's neither of those. I love it. I think it's the future of gaming. It's absolutely incredible. Even on YouTube, they have a full like multiple channels, I guess.
Yeah.
So when you go onto YouTube, it'll say normal YouTube or VR YouTube, and there's videos that you can skydive. There's videos where you could be on top of, like earlier I was on the top of the tallest building in Dubai. And it's a YouTube video, so you can't interact, like you're not shooting anything or whatever. Right. But everywhere you look,
just to
you're
see
in
stuff
it.
like that is awesome.
It's incredible, and you watch it. And when you're watching it on screen, if somebody's playing it, you see everything that they see, and you're like, "Oh, that's pretty cool." But once you put the headset on,
it's
with the surround sound, you're in it.
I mean, because like I said, I had never tried it or anything like that.
Yeah.
And there was at one point I'm just looking around, and it's like at the very beginning when they're kind of giving you your mission. And the one that I did is just it's an experience. You don't interact with it, and they're just telling you kind of what's going on, and like you're just seeing all these fish, and they're coming up to you, and I'm like, oh, this is like putting me in a nice mood. And then I like had looked down, and because I'm underwater, like an air bubble because you're technically scuba diving comes up, and I like jumped, like because I mean it was like right there, and I was like, holy shit!
It fucks you up, dude. I did one where I was on a roller coaster in Seoul, Korea. Like it's a real roller coaster. They just put the 3D camera on there and then do it.
Yeah.
So then throughout the whole whatever the video is, anywhere you look, you're in the game.
See,
so
I want to try one of those, like where it's real. So, like obviously the ocean one was all digital.
Right.
You could tell
It's
it was
a
real.
computer
But
game.
I'd like to do like a roller coaster. Or I want to do the wingsuit.
Well, you said
skydiving wingsuit.
You talked about space too.
Oh,
and
yeah.
There's one where you're at the edge of space with an astronaut, and you're inside the thing, and then outside.
I want to do that one.
Yeah, it's crazy. You lose where you're at because, like, when you play a game, like obviously you're in a room, you look at the TV, but when you put that headset on, when you look behind you, there's no longer the people. You're in everywhere.
You're in a different world.
It's just a different, the future of gaming, and it's fantastic. You just got to do it. There's a bunch of YouTube videos that are scary, and I like the scary stuff. So I did the Five Nights at Freddy's. I did the It. I did Annabelle's house, and then I got this scary game called Blood Rush, where you're in this cart and you're shooting zombies and people are running up on you. Just being in there and being on it messes you up. Like if you're standing up and you're going down on a roller coaster or looking down from like the highest tower in Dubai, like it messes you up. Like you kind of get unsteady.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, I don't know if you noticed, but I like put my feet out like a little bit wider than like my shoulders just to like look to peer to get a good base, and just because I knew, because you had told, now if you wouldn't have told me there was a shark there, I probably would have freaked out. Okay, but like I mean, you had said it's a shark one, and I probably would have expected it anyway. I just didn't want it to randomly just like come out of nowhere. So I probably would have shit myself, which it didn't. Like I spotted it, and when I spotted it, my butthole dropped. I'm not joking. Like it's legitimate.
I was taking notes for the podcast, and then I was mostly watching the screen,
right?
Because I could see whatever you see, but then like when something dramatic, I would look at you. It's great, man. It's fantastic, and so it's not that I'm worried about playing it too much or anything like that. It's just $500 is a lot of money.
Yeah, it's a shit ton of money.
So that could go somewhere else. So I plan on just returning it and then maybe getting it again, or maybe even trying the Oculus Rift,
right?
On the computer, because we got a graphics card, we got some memory in there, and I don't know. But for now, and I told the boys ahead of time, I'm like, hey, I'm thinking about doing this. This is a rental. Like, don't break it because we're turning it in 30 days. And who knows, I might turn it back in and then go somewhere else, like Best Buy or something, where during Christmas, a lot of them extend their to 90 days.
Yeah, because they don't expect people to bring it back.
They do 90 days. And I don't know, but it's just...
Dude, that's awesome, man. I'm glad I tried it. Like I said, I'd never done it before, and it's like I said, I could see how it could be easily addicting.
Oh yeah,
you just get in there. And...
some of the other games where you're actually interacting and it's a game where you're shooting and it's fucking crazy, man. It's just and you're not a big gamer, I don't think, but
no.
It's
not intense, in the traditional sense, like mobile games. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I play a couple mobile games, but
Yeah, no, it's we got time this weekend. You can play again tomorrow and play that Blood Rush and some other ones, but yeah, man.
Yeah, it's just insane, like what they can do, and so it's just. Yeah, that's where we're all heading. VR, baby.
Yeah, and gaming's a huge industry, and I think, I'm not 100%, but I think the VR started for porn, which I think a lot of things start from porn. I haven't...
That's how the internet started, wasn't it?
Probably. I haven't done any porn on the VR, because it's on the PlayStation. And
it's out in the common area?
It's out in the common area. Yeah. But, no, the gaming industry is huge, I mean... And that's the future, and not only I think gaming, but you could do there's a lot of jobs I could do training with VR, like even medical or fire, where you're actually in a room and pushing meds or doing whatever you have to do. I think VR is going to be that's it, man. That's where gaming is going to go.
Absolutely.
So.
Yeah, it's fun, crazy. I love that you're just running it though. Like that's awesome.
Oh yeah, for sure. Unless it breaks, and then I'm like, fuck.
Right. Try not to break it tomorrow.
No. I want to get back to Netflix because my only problem with Netflix is
you've had this problem for a while. I know you've been wanting to talk about it for a while.
The autoplay shit. Do you have that? Whatever platform you play Netflix on?
No. Well, what do you? So like, if you're watching something, that it like just goes to the next episode?
No, not at all. Okay. So like, if I play it on either the Xbox or the Amazon Fire Stick, and then how it's set up now on those, like if I'm looking for something to watch and I'm scanning through, within 3 seconds of like I'll turn it to let's say I turn it to Jerry Seinfeld, and I'm reading what it's about. Within 3 seconds it'll play the trailer.
Oh, really?
So then I have to skip it to something else because I don't want to see the trailer. It's an autoplay thing that.
No, I mean, when I watch it through my smart TV, and it's just, I mean, the TV's not like the new. It's like a Vizio. I mean, we got it it'll be 3 years now, and it doesn't autoplay. Like, son of a bitch. I mean, but the thing is, maybe I'm just not on there long enough, because when I go into Netflix, I don't usually just leave it sitting. Like, I'm going into Netflix to specifically watch something right away that's on my list.
This is something like within 3 seconds you scan. I'll show you tomorrow, but you click on something before I'm even done reading it. It starts playing the trailer. It's just annoying to me.
Okay.
And I can't turn.
Well, I'm just saying, like usually when I go into Netflix, I'm like Netflix list, boom, boom, boom. There it is. Click, play. Like I'm not. I don't like. I'm not scanning for new stuff.
See me,
I haven't scanned for a while, so maybe if I do. But again, I mean, I don't think my TV gets a lot of updates and stuff. Like theoretically saying, like when I go to vote on something, my TV, I don't have the thumbs up or thumbs down. It's just stars.
Are you shitting me?
On my TV. Man. So it's just probably because it's not updated, which is awesome because I think the stars are 10 times better. I love the stars, dude. Than the thumbs up, thumbs down.
Yeah, I forgot that's what you were talking about when you were like my problem. Yeah, that was a big problem for me. I'm still getting used to it.
Right.
Like it's hard for me to be mad at Netflix because of what they release, you know. But,
yeah, you know they're upping their prices, right?
Are they?
Yeah, like if you have like the premium, it's going up to like $13.99. If you just have the standard, it's going up to like $10.99. So depending on what package, it's going up $1 or $2. I don't.
Motherfuckers.
I don't know when it starts, but I just read that the other day. I read it 2 days ago, so I think it starts in like November or something, but. Just so you know. I mean, you'll get the thing when you go to sign in that it's saying or whatever, but yeah.
Fuck, I don't blame them, man.
I don't
killing
either.
It.
I mean, the thing is a lot of people might cancel because of it, but still at $14, all the original stuff, like all that extra money, they're still going to make a shit ton more money. I would pay up to $20 or more for it. Now, JPEGs may not, but yeah, I don't want to if I don't have to, but I mean it would have to get up probably to a pretty ridiculous much more over 20 a month. I probably wouldn't do it for sure, but I mean all the original content, like that's
what it's about. That's I think before it was okay, you got all this, you have all these options to watch. Like for me now, like I'll go on there and I'll look for a horror movie or something. It's all shit. I've never heard of, and there's a few good ones.
Yeah, because people are pulling their shit off of it now because they want to get. I mean, so many people have it, and they're just like Disney. Disney's pulling all of their shit off because they're trying to make something, similar to not Netflix, but like their own type of thing. So. That's
not gonna fucking work. But no, like Netflix, like there's some movies that are on there. But it's like, that's all movies I've never heard of. But the original content is what keeps me. Because I have the Amazon Fire Stick. And it's jailbroke. So I could go on there and fucking watch almost anything. Like, we just watched Annabelle Recreation at work.
Yeah.
And it's not in the theaters anymore, but it's not on Blu-ray yet. And it's a great horror movie. I could get any of those movies that I want just on the Fire Stick for free. But they don't have the original content, like the stand-up comedy, the shit like Ozarks, the shit that they released that's fantastic. Like I couldn't tell you one show other than like on primetime TV. Like they have The Voice and Family Feud and like The Bachelor. Like, but as far as like TV shows, I couldn't tell you any show that they have on. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know, Modern Family. I don't know if that's still going on, but. Netflix has actual shows that people could watch that are like legit, you know.
Yeah, man. Everything that I've ever watched that's original content by them has been great. It's not flat in the face. I mean, they have so many shows like Ozark's coming back for a second season. They're killing it. How many people are going to watch Stranger Things 2?
Oh my god!
You know what I mean? Like Orange is the New Black just finished up just released their 5th season. Like those are all. I mean, millions of people watch those shows, and those are just and they're coming out like with movies now, original movies and shit. So the extra money is just going to go to draw that. More power to them, you know. Like
big shots out Netflix.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they have Bill Burr has his cartoon show F is for Family that's killing it. They're going to come back for I think a 3rd season. I mean, you know, he's writing now, so I mean, it's just they just do great. Everybody loves working with them. I haven't heard anybody who works with them say a bad thing about them. So
I mean, I don't watch. I guess I just don't watch a lot of TV. Like the only reason I'd be on NBC or anything because of football.
Right.
You know? So I use that on my digital antenna. But Netflix is fucking killing the game. I mean, they're killing. I don't watch late night shows, but even since I don't, or SNL, but they upload their shit on YouTube now because they're smart, because everybody's in digital. Because I don't have I still don't have cable, you know.
Right.
So shit's on YouTube now. So I watch all that shit on YouTube. You told me about Ozarks, and I fucking love it, man.
Yeah, because
I finished the finished the season a couple weeks ago.
Right, yeah. 'Cause Spencer had told me about it. Like, I think we talked about this on a prison call. That I would have. I watched it sooner because he told me about it. I probably definitely would have watched it eventually because I love Jason Bateman. So,
for sure.
But
everything he's in.
Yeah, but it's a phenomenal show. I mean, my uncle Wanker, he just texted me, and I don't know if he's finished it yet, but he watched like 6 episodes in like a city. Like, he fucking hooked after like the first episode.
Yeah.
You know, and it's phenomenal. And we could talk about it offline about.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah, I mean, it's still relatively new, but they're definitely coming out with the season 2, and I'm fucking pumped for it. So, but yeah, it's everything they do is great.
Good,
a lot
man.
of comedies going there.
Yeah.
So,
Camus is a big fan of Orange is the New Black. I've watched a couple episodes with her, but she's
I love it,
she's
man.
big into it.
I watch too much TV.
I'd have to start watching it from the beginning.
It's good. I JPEGs and I watch it, and I think it's really good. So I mean, it's sometimes I feel like I'm watching a porn, which
I like that.
Never down.
You're
never upset about that. Yeah,
I like titties.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's I think it's a good show. I like it.
Dude, there's a movie I watched on there a couple weeks ago. It's called Little Evil.
Must have been you that we were talking about. You told me to look it up.
Yeah.
Because I was like, it sounds familiar, and I don't know anybody else who, maybe Mikey, because he loves horror shit as well. But
so Little Evil.
Yeah, it had to have been you.
Had to have been me.
It was probably even on a prison call.
It could have been. So Little Evil is a horror comedy, and I think it's the same director. I'm not 100%. Fact checkers, don't even look it up. I think it's the same director who did Tucker and Dale versus Evil, which I don't know if you've seen that. Loved it.
I have not, but
it's a horror comedy.
But I know of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tucker and Dale versus Evil is great. I'm a horror movie buff.
Right.
Ever since I was a kid. Since I was a kid, I loved horror movies.
Sick
my
fuck.
daughter is the same way. Like, she likes like hardcore horror movies, you know. Like, she'll go see Annabelle. She's Conjuring 2. Like, she sees movies. Like, so now me and her talk on the phone because she's back in Pennsylvania. But she's like, "Oh, did you see It yet?" You know, and I just saw It Tuesday. You know, but big time horror movie fan. Right. I've been a horror movie fan since I was a kid. So Little Evil isn't a horror movie. It's not going to scare you. It's the dude. I can't think of his name. I should know his name because he's fantastic in everything. He's the guy from Parks and Rec. He's also in Step Brothers, the douchebag brother.
Oh, okay, yeah. I can't think of his name. Yeah, I know exactly.
The dark hair, yeah.
Because I can sing high.
Yeah, yep.
I guess I'm going to have to bring it home.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's great.
$800 in singing lessons. And you're flat. That guy. He's good in everything, man. I love that guy. So he's in this movie, and I'm not going to give too much away. But he's in this movie. He meets this chick. She's gorgeous. She's got a stepson. They think he's the devil incarnate. And it's great. Chris D'Elia's in it. There's comedians in it.
I'll have to check it out.
It's not a horror movie. Like, it's not like It or Annabelle or Conjuring. It's a comedy.
It's like a slapstick.
Yeah.
Thing.
It's oh my god.
What's it called again?
Little Evil.
Little Evil. I'll add it to my list. So.
And I think it's the same director because it's the same style, like everything about it. Like,
it probably is.
Tucker and Dale versus Evil, which is another. It's fucking great, but yeah, that's a Netflix original. You know, they're fucking killing the game, killing it, man.
That's fucking awesome. Do they even send out like DVDs now? Can you still get that?
No, I don't think so,
service?
man. I remember when it first started. I mean,
that's how it started. Yeah, because people are like, oh yeah, you can keep it for however long. It's just one price. You don't have to send it back or whatever. And I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely people doing that and shit.
Fuck.
But
and I'm sure other people are gonna start doing that, like you said, Disney or whoever else, because fucking
like
network
HBO,
channels.
they have HBO Go, you know, and like that's a lot. You can just get HBO Go, you know, and watch anything that they've ever had on there.
Yeah,
so
that's big time. Everybody knows it's about the internet, you know. Except there's old people that are still watching TV, kind of thing, you know, and those people they're gonna die. Sorry.
Speaking of dying, you know how I just saw on this on Twitter, I saw RIP AIM, was trending. I'm like, what the hell is that?
I saw something about that today. They're
It's
done, right?
yes, the AOL Instant Messenger. They're going to be killing it soon, which I didn't even know was still a thing. Like I legitimately didn't know it was still a thing. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's officially dead yet. I didn't. All I was just like kind of reading people's funny comments. So I did zero research, but I do know it's going to be closed down. I just don't know like when they're pulling the plug on it. But did you ever have an AOL Instant Messenger?
I never did.
See, I never did either, and I know that's what a lot of people did. But because I had MSN Messenger,
okay,
like I had that, and then it's so embarrassing. Did you? What are some of your early like online names?
Dude, I stuck with mine. I think the same. It was Agent DH.
Is it? Yeah. So, mine. I used to have a buddy who said this. Used to say this term all the time, and so my first like online name, it was like Yahoo Chat or whatever. My username was Pimp Daddy Maestro.
Oh my god, dude!
Like how awful and embarrassing is that? I just love shit like that. That people. I still have my Hotmail account, which I haven't signed in a while, so I guess technically I don't know if it's still there, but I know Outlook took it over. But that was my last name _ my favorite number. So, but I still had that up for a while. But yeah, Pimp Daddy Maestro. It's fucking awful.
Fuck, keep that. I guarantee you, like, if you had Pimp Daddy Maestro as your like .com or whatever,
right?
Yeah, people like, hey, I'll buy that. I'll buy that for you.
Right? I should have. Excuse me.
No, that's crazy. I saw that on Twitter. The AIM, and I was like, yeah, I remember hearing about AIM, but I never got into it.
Yeah.
Like, I just didn't know what it was fucking about,
I just thought it was funny because, like I said, I haven't heard anything about it forever. Yeah. And then, they're going to kill it off. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Fair enough. That's like back to like dial-up. That's not even like high-speed internet.
So I heard a fact the other day, and when I say other days, like within the past couple of years, because I have to over-exaggerate everything, that I don't remember what company, it might have been AOL or somebody, was still making like $2 million a year off people who have dial-up.
No shit.
Yeah, like it's still like just people who don't want to change anything. It's the same thing that they've had. Like they said, it's a lot of elder people that just got it when it first came out and they keep it. But like, yeah, $2 million a year still off people who have dial-up. Like, how fucking insane. Like, I've read that within the last 2 years.
That's fucking crazy, man.
Like, that's fucking insane to me.
Yeah, if that's what you got, And people are like, hey, you should get a router or whatever. Like, what the fuck?
Honey, hang up the phone.
Yeah, hang up the phone.
I gotta balance our finances. Like
another swindler trying to...
You're right.
What the fuck is a router? What is Wi-Fi? Hang up. That's one of those... We'll watch 60 Minutes. And because I love 60 Minutes. I watch 60 Minutes. But we'll watch 60 Minutes. They've never said anything about Wi-Fi.
Right.
We're old. They're trying to take advantage of us.
I think I'm going to make a Facebook account.
Yeah. MySpace.
Yeah. I just talked about MySpace yesterday. I was talking to a friend, and I'm a big, or not now, but I used to be a big WWE fan.
Yeah.
And my brother and I, what?
Nerd.
And we bought like replica tag team belts.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So we have those, and I was just telling her, I was like, "Have I ever shown you a picture of that?" And she's like, "No." And I was like, "Yeah." I go, "We've had them for so long. I remember uploading pictures of us with them on MySpace."
Oh my god!
And she's like, "I never had MySpace." And I'm like, "Eat a dick.
Get the fuck going."
She's just that age, just that much younger.
Were you in the unit a few years ago? When we all logged on to MySpace, we were staying at Camp Dodge in the barracks.
No, I wasn't there. Now, I know, like, a while ago, like, years and years, like, 7 or 8 years ago, that Rob and Ashley, we tried to, like, bring it back.
Yeah, that's what we were trying to do.
Yeah, we were like sign in, and like we got signed in, and they're like we put like Facebook statuses, Twitter. Nobody was like, get the fuck out of here. So, but I probably couldn't even get into mine now.
See, most of us got in it. So we were staying at Camp Dodge. Same deal. Weapons Qual. We were out there for a 3-day weekend.
The worst.
We were trying to leave to eat and do some stuff, and then of course leadership was like, fuck no. So we're in the barracks. It's fucking off the. Camp Dodge, Iowa was separate barracks, open bays, like basic training, and it's just bunk beds throughout the whole bar. Excuse me. So it's like 50 bunk beds or whatever. Usually you don't have
a lot of dudes.
A lot of dudes. Usually it's not all the way full. Got the hiccups. Usually it's not all the way full, so you could kind of stagger or whatever, but every now and then it's more full. But we were in there, they're like, now you just can't leave. And we're like, okay, what the fuck? So we're just fucking around the barracks, playing music, people are sleeping, which I envy those motherfuckers so much,
They can sleep through anything?
Yeah, they can sleep through anything, man. Like, I can't.
I'm such a light sleeper, I can't.
I
mean, I can
man.
sleep anywhere, but if there's like noise and shit going on, I can't. Like, I feel like that's why I do so well. Like, I can stay up for long periods of time. Like, when we went out to see my brother over Labor Day, like we left at 9 p.m. Thursday night, and I didn't go to bed until 2 a.m. Saturday morning. Like, and I just went to bed because everybody else went to bed. Like, I could have been up for a while. I mean, granted, it probably wouldn't have been much longer before I completely crashed, and I've been up for like 48 hours straight once before. But I just, like, if something's going on, and as long as I don't sit down,
you're right.
Like if I'm up, like moving or like, I mean, even driving, like was okay. I mean, I drove all the way through the night and like had been up, worked 8 hours or whatever, had been up for well over 12 hours before we even hit the road, and drove. And so I just, so like in those barracks, everybody else has to be, or almost everybody else has to be in bed before I would be able to pass out.
Yeah, like me, like I just don't, like I got a problem sleeping. So some of it has to do with like work, because I work, tones go off, we jump up all times of the night,
right?
Fucking go to calls. That, and I think just being fucked up in the head, like I don't sleep well. Like I do not sleep well. So I envy people that do. Camus, she can sit down, be comfortable.
Pass out.
Yeah, she'll just fucking pass out like a baby. Like a baby.
J-Pags will fall asleep in the middle of talking. She'll be in the middle of a sentence and pass out. Like, I hate. And
I'm
she's
so
like,
envious.
Yeah.
Shouts out J-Pags.
And she'll like, she's a hard sleeper, so she'll just like, I'll be like trying to like wake her up or something, and she'll, or like have full conversation she won't remember because she's already sleeping. It's insane.
Yeah, I'm just fucked up, man. So I'm like I'm always on like high alert. A lot of times, if I'm in public, forget about it. I'm not sleeping. If it's a plane, a train, a car, even like I just can't sleep.
I can sleep on a plane.
If I'm exhausted, I'll fucking sleep. Other than that, even in my own bed, like I think about things. Like I'm fucked up, dude.
Right.
I think about just fucked up shit. And a lot of times I have problems sleeping. Like that's a real deal for me. And then at work, it doesn't help because we go to fucked up things, and then all through the night, tones go off. Next thing you know, I'm fucking doing some fucked up shit, I'm not doing any fucked up shit.
I know what you mean.
But you know what I mean? Like we're in the shit, So like so anytime I hear about somebody like they just fucking pass out on the spot, I'm just like, you lucky motherfucker. Like Camus, like she sleeps like a baby, like
right.
I'm like, God damn. And I'm like, I love it, I'm glad she does. But I'm envious at the same time. Like, fuck, I wish I could sleep like that. Like, if I'm in public, forget about it, man. I'm not sleeping. I'm looking around. I don't trust anybody. I'm all fucked up.
Absolutely.
But
so you're in the barracks.
So we're in the barracks, and we can't leave. So we're like, fuck it. Let's remember MySpace. We start getting on MySpace.
How did that come up? Somebody
I don't know.
Like,
I don't remember. I don't remember. This is maybe a year or two after you left. This is years ago, because I haven't even been in the unit for a few years.
Right.
So we all logged in our accounts, and it was fucking. They modified it or whatever, but it was still like you could see your old pictures and all this shit.
You still have, because when I went into it, like I said, it's 6, 7, 8 years ago, they still had top friends. You could like adjust your top friends, like your top 8 or whatever.
I think so. I can't remember, man. But no, we got in there and we were looking at it, and then from there you could send notifications to other people to like, hey, check MySpace, and we were doing that. It was fucking funny, dude.
You remember the movie Joyride? It had something about the guy like with the semi and stuff.
Candy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Fuck yeah, dude.
Okay, so they had a Joyride 2 for sure.
I never saw it, but I know they did.
Okay, and I can't remember if they had another one. But
hey, real quick, rest in peace, PW.
Yeah, absolutely. But it was like the second. I think it was just the second one because I think they only made 2. But I had watched it, and it's not good. It's not good at all. But one aspect of it was they had like this one guy that was in there, and apparently he was like really super popular on MySpace. And I just remember at one point, like in there, he's like so many friends, and who's there with this chick, and like, and she's number one on there. And I just remember watching it and like, God, this is such a fucking horrible movie. But just talking about MySpace, anytime somebody mentions MySpace, I always think of Joyride 2 and that part where he's just like, yeah, and she's number one, and he's like a total douche, and he ends up, spoiler alert, I don't know if anyone's gonna fucking watch it, but he ends up being like a fraud. He like has these tattoos that are like fake and shit, and it's just an awful movie. We should get super faded and watch it one of these times though, just because I think it would be great.
Dude, because I love the first one, man.
Right. Oh, the first one's good.
Like
it's real good.
I'm a big horror movie fan. I thought that was really, really good.
You think it still holds up? Like, when's the last time you saw it?
Oh, it's been a few years, but I think it would hold up.
You think it would hold up?
Absolutely, I think it would. That and Jeepers Creepers 3 is coming out. Insidious Chapter 4 is coming out. Leatherface is coming out. The new movie Death Day. I don't know if you saw the trailer for that.
Is that the one where it's like kind of like Groundhog Day? But yep. I saw a preview for it. So
I saw the preview.
I just can't get into all that horror shit. I wish I could, man, because I know how much you love that shit. But it just
dude, I love it. I love it. I love all that.
You think Death Day actually looks good? Because I thought it looked kind of like too cheesy.
But
I guess that's what you get with some of those horror movies. Like, I mean, how cheesy is fucking Freddy Krueger and shit.
No, I think to me it looks entertaining.
Okay.
To me it looks entertaining. At work, we watched the trailer. Mm-hmm. So I'm the entertainment director.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, did you guys see the trailer for this? They're like, no. So we played it. The TV trailer was like 15 seconds long. It was just where it needed to be. And I think it looks entertaining. When I went to Annabelle, and I think when I went to see it, they showed the long trailer. It was like 3 minutes long. They pretty much showed the whole fucking movie in the trailer.
Of course.
Which for me, I got a bad memory when I go to see it in 4 months.
Right.
I won't know. But no, to me, it looks entertaining. It's fresh. It's kind of different. It's kind of fresh. Like so I think I don't know if I'll see it at the theater, but I will definitely see that movie.
Definitely watch it.
I love any movie with that theme, and I can only off the top of my head I can only think of two: Groundhog's Day with Bill Murray, and then the Tom Cruise movie. I can't think of the name of it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, because we could never remember
Tomorrow something.
Yeah.
You know, and I just recently saw that in the last year.
Yeah, it's underrated. You didn't hear how didn't do that well, but I love that. Absolutely.
Yeah, I thought that was solid. Somebody else told me like, "Hey, watch it. It is good." I love that. And so that theme alone, you don't get that enough. You know, Groundhog's Day, fucking classic, man.
Oh, so good.
Classic. And it's the same thing. I think in the trailer, she finally figures out it's Groundhog's Day.
Right.
So then she's like, well, fuck it. So she's like running around campus naked and then doing weird shit. And then eventually she's going to get on task and start, how am I going to kill this motherfucker before he kills me? You know?
Right.
So I think that.
Yeah, I like the idea of it, even
though it's been done before, it's never been done in a horror movie. So I think it's a different twist on it. And it said it's the same director as Get Out and a couple other unique movies,
Didn't Peele direct Get Out?
He did. I don't know if it's the same director or the same producers, but it said
some of the same.
Yeah,
people.
some of the same people. Okay. So I'll watch that. But no, I love movies. Going back to social media, so MySpace. I'd love if MySpace made a comeback.
Right.
As far as like social, like Facebook, like I'm off. Like
that's smart. I should be, but
no, there's good stuff on there. It is good stuff on there. It's just slow and it's just different. You know what I mean? For me. So like I used to get on.
It's the worst out of all social media.
Oh, for sure. I used to get on it like once a day, and now I'm like, I'll get a notification and I'll get on there like every 3 days. And it's a notification like not even important, like, oh, so-and-so. I'm like, what the fuck are you notifying me for this? So I don't even really fuck with Facebook. Twitter, for sure for me. News, everything. I love it. Instagram for me is so much better for me now. Like I love Instagram. Dude.
Really?
Yeah. I
love Instagram too, but my favorite by far is Twitter.
My favorite for sure is Twitter too.
I didn't know you were getting back into that Instagram.
Oh no, Instagram for me is big. Okay, so Twitter is everything. Mm-hmm. Everything. So it's like it's news, it's funny, it's being in contact with you and Joey and Spencer and Long. everybody. It's everything. Like that's where I get my news because I don't watch the news except for at work. Instagram. So back in the day, Instagram, I didn't know it that well, so I would just follow sluts, right?
Of course.
And hot chicks, and that was cool. But it's like
You can only take so much of that.
yeah. So now I follow like meme accounts and other stuff like that, and there's so like if I laugh, like usually I'll check Twitter and I'm like, oh okay. But I'll check within a minute of checking Instagram. I'm laughing.
Oh yeah,
because there's so many meme accounts now that are so fucking.
See,
good.
that's I usually.
And that's all I follow now.
Yeah,
like
most of
friends.
I probably should do that for Instagram. I don't follow really any meme accounts at all. Like I get a lot of my memes I usually see on Twitter or Facebook. But I don't. The way that I am on social media a lot, but I don't have any push notifications set up. So like I mean for anything, for Twitter, Instagram, nothing. So if somebody ever like DMs me or tags me something, I just don't like push notifications.
No.
Like I'm on it enough. I'll get to it whenever I get to it.
Right.
With that being said, I'm in all social media like 80 times a day.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Same.
But I don't follow any meme accounts, and I mean I'm sure because sometimes I'll get on there and I'll go into search and I'll just search on Instagram like hashtag no chill. It's one of my favorite ones to like look. That shit cracks me up. Or I'll look up specific memes in Instagram. That's usually if there's something that I really want to see. That's my first go to. But I don't like just see it in my normal feed.
Okay.
So, but
oh, dude, I love.
What's one of the better meme accounts? Like pimp them out here.
Well, oh shit. I don't know the name of a lot of them. On Twitter and Instagram, I like Busted coverage because it's sports stuff and it's always fucking stupid.
Yeah,
stuff.
they're pretty good.
Off the top of my head, man, I don't really know. I just follow them and I fucking laugh my ass off.
Yeah, a lot of the reason why I like Facebook, and I think they have Twitter. I don't follow them on Twitter, but the NFL memes on Facebook, especially now that we're in the NFL season, are absolutely hilarious.
Barstool Sports, I follow them on Twitter and the gram. White people humor is fucking hilarious on Instagram. I'm looking at my Instagram. I'm just scrolling through now. The Tasteless Gentleman. Joe Rogan. Shithead Steve is fucking fantastic on Instagram. Yeah. Your Mom Sat on My Face. Fantastic. Like, just shit like that. Like, I'll seriously, like, just scroll through Instagram. Within a minute, I'm usually, like, like laughing out loud. I just love it, man.
Yeah. Dude, that's awesome.
I just love it. I love it so much, And then I'll follow new people. Delete them. Follow new people, that's
right.
That's the beauty of it,
Yeah, because like, see, the thing is I'm such like I don't know if it's just like OCD or what, but like the reason why I watch Instagram stories, even if I don't really watch them, I just like tap through them because I just hate seeing the circles around up top. Like you know what I mean? Like it drives me nuts. Like
I don't know. I just ignore them, man.
I can't though, but that's what I'm saying. So like if I get on Instagram, like I'll look through, I'll go down until I see the last picture that I saw. And like just so like I know it's like I don't want to miss anything, and I try not to do it, but then it's always just like that scratch in the back of my head, and so that's why I don't follow thousands of people on Twitter because I would just be like fucking overload. Like I'll follow people, and if they tweet too much, I either have to mute them so I don't see it, or just unfollow them depending on who they are. So like if it's somebody I know personally, I just tend to mute them. So you know who you are.
You sons of bitches.
But I mean, I tweet a lot too, and I tweet a lot of obnoxious shit. So
I love it, man.
Sure, people.
No, I love your Twitter, dude.
Fans. But I've said it before, I've been on Twitter since like 2008.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, my first tweet, because there's a website or a thing that I came across that if you do not have like a blocked profile, like you're not, which again, I get it if like for jobs and stuff, but people who have locked Twitters and stuff like where I can't retweet you, I hate that shit.
Yeah.
But I get it. Like I said, people need job stuff, but mine's all unprotected or whatever. But there's a thing where you could put in somebody's Twitter handle and it'll take you to their very first tweet ever that they've ever done. And so I had done mine just to see what it was because I couldn't remember. And it was December of 2008, and I knew I had it a while before I actually had tweeted. So I've had like Twitter for a long time, and I did it because I got big into YouTube, like watching people.
Yeah.
Sometimes they would have contests where like you got to follow them on Twitter, or they're like if they didn't put up a video, they would say why on Twitter, and so I was like, well, this way I'm not like waiting, and then I'm like, oh, this is kind of actually interesting, and then I've just been in love with Twitter ever since. So, yeah, I mean it's phenomenal. I started doing Twitter polls, which is a fucking great. I love doing that shit.
I love your Twitter polls. I love doing Twitter polls. I love your Twitter polls. Do you have a favorite that you've posted?
Yes and no. So the thing is, like anybody who follows me, most of my Twitter polls are food related. Yeah. And it also
fat fuck.
And and I started doing it like just because I just thought it was funny. I don't remember the first one that I did, and I think maybe I was just trying to settle an argument I was having with somebody or something like that. But on Instagram, you had sent me one from one of the meme accounts about like if you could get. Yeah. If you could get rid of one, you had to get rid of one food. You could never have it for the rest of your life. And it was pizza, wings, burgers, or tacos. Okay. Well, I probably got more shit off of that than anything. Now, it wasn't my original idea, and I'm not trying to take credit about it. Right. And I wasn't honestly going to tweet it because it wasn't my idea. Right. And I was talking, and I just randomly asked.
That's a great idea to fucking tweet.
Yeah, it is. But I'm still all about, like, if somebody comes up with a meme, I'm not going to steal that meme. Right. Like, I would like to give them credit. And so that's why I just didn't want to. And on Twitter, I never said it wasn't my idea, but I was talking to Spencer at work, and I had just randomly asked him that question through IM, and he's like, why the fuck would you ask me that question? And I was like, well, Spicy sent me this meme, and I go, this is what him and I came up to a conclusion with, and I just want to know what you thought. And he's like, you definitely need to put that as a Twitter poll. So I did it because he told me to. Just like I said, it wasn't my idea, but all the other ones. So I like that one because so many fucking people hated me. And again, it was if you had to get rid of one food for the rest of your life between pizza, wings, burgers, or tacos.
What did you say?
I said tacos. Like instantly, pizza and wings stay 100%. Yeah. They stay right away. Yes. And then burgers, I just love just a good like deer burger. Like I'm not gonna give that up. I just love good hamburgers, and I don't want to get rid of any of them, obviously, but if I absolutely had to, I think I would I eat tacos less out of all of those. So I just feel it would be the easiest for me to cut out if I had to. Okay. And that's what I decided. What about you?
For me, it's easy. It's burgers.
Really? I thought you had said tacos. No, I thought we had talked about tacos.
No, I thought about it. Burgers are easily super overrated. Okay. You know what I mean? You can
I don't, but fair enough.
I think burgers are just overrated, I mean, you get a bun, you get a burger, cheese, whatever. You could dress it up with bacon and blue cheese or whatever you want, but tacos, tacos are tacos, man. I mean, you could do whatever. You can do fish tacos, pork tacos, chicken
fish tacos. Shout out, Spencer.
Yeah. You sick fuck. I mean, you could do so many things with tacos. With burgers, I think burgers are easy because you don't need a fork, knife, spoon. You just put it in your hand and put it in your fucking mouth. There's so many shitty burgers out there. Yeah, there's places that do great burgers, but even then it's like, fuck, who gives a fuck?
Okay.
I just burgers for me, I can never eat a burger again. I'd be fine with the other stuff. I could do a variation of burger. I could do a Philly, or I could do a BLT. I could, for me, it was when I sat down and thought about it. Okay, I was like,
that makes sense. There's nothing wrong because I mean it's your own taste, but I got
everybody's opinion.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tacos I can understand that, but tacos is something that you could change it up so many different ways. The people who would. I don't know if anybody picked pizza or wings. Those motherfuckers, they should be deported.
Yeah, there are people who chose that, and I don't understand. There for a while, I legitimately thought wings were gonna win. Like people would have got rid of wings. And
oh my
god, I
don't
know who these fucks are?
Yeah.
But,
oh my god, dude.
But I would say that one was for sure one of my favorites, just because so many fucking people hated it. Yeah, like they were mad, like fucking pissed off. They were mad. And so then to follow that one up, shortly after I posted that one, I had posted one. I know for a lot of people it was an easy choice, but there's a couple people that I had in mind. But I was like, you had to get rid of one. What would it be? Alcohol or coffee? Because there's some people I don't. I
thought that would be a fucking
for a lot of people. But there's some people who drink 2 to 3 cups a day every day, you know, and the people can't function without it in the morning. Like, I love coffee, but I can go without it for sure.
Absolutely.
But so
for me, it wouldn't.
Yeah, it was
be nothing.
Easy question. And for most people, it was, but it was closer.
What was it? Do you remember the percentages?
I don't remember. I want to say it was like 68 to whatever the rest of the math works out. Yeah. But I mean, I just figured it had been like 80 or 90%. Like people would have gotten rid of coffee for sure.
Yeah, right. Sick
but I know, because I just try to like crank out these, and I think of
I love them,
all but the major one that everybody loved to hate me for. I'm just thinking about something. Like I did one like waffles or pancakes. The one that I did was like the most recent one was like, you know, do you like when you have your spaghetti, do you like mix everything up before? Or do
that
you,
was
like,
interesting.
Yeah, or do you like make the noodles and then just put the sauce on top? Which in the end is probably the same, but you fuck yourself if you set it on top. You got to mix it prior. It's all there. That's the way it should be.
Are you saying that's you or that's Italian?
I mean, that's my grandpa's full-blooded Italian, and that's how we always had it growing up. I don't ever remember him putting noodles down and then putting the sauce on top. I remember always it being mixed. So my mom made it growing up. That's how I've always done it. But I don't know. I mean, you used to go to Italian places, and they serve it with it on top because obviously you're at a restaurant.
Yeah, it's family style, right?
Yeah. So I'm sure that's the proper way is probably that way. I still think it's wrong.
Hey, you sick fucks. If you guys are fucking making pasta and then serving that separate from the sauce, get the fuck out of here. You're fucking doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong.
100%. But yeah, I mean, I love them. And then I do other ones like, you know, like what's more terrifying, the ocean or outer space?
Yeah, I love that
for
one.
people.
I love that one.
So, yeah, I mean, it's absolutely, I think Ocean One. A lot of Ocean One, pretty decent, which I was kind of surprised. And I don't know, like, if I think about one or the other more, like, if I think about outer space, it freaks me out more. But then if I think about the ocean, especially after doing that fucking VR shit, like, that freaks me out more because that's on our own planet and we still don't know dick about it.
We don't know dick about it, man. And I know, I was in LA a long time ago, man. I think it was when I was
Louisiana?
I went to LA. It was right after I joined the Army. It was because I went to Port Hueneme because my good buddy's sister joined the Navy around the same time I did.
Yeah.
Like maybe a year after I joined the Army, we fought to Port Hueneme. First off, I was pissed off because like I'm living in the woods, and then these people are living on the fucking coast about 30 minutes away from Santa Barbara, 45 minutes away from LA. And I'm like, I'm living in the woods, like sleeping outside for 30 days at a time, doing a 30, 45-day field problem. And talking to the Navy people, I'm going off.
No, do it.
But they were like, we stay here in fucking beautiful, on the beach in Southern Cal. And they're like, we stay here for 6 months. And then we go on a boat for 6 months. But when we go on the boat, like, we'll do 3 days in Australia. We'll do 3 days in Japan. I'm like, you motherfuckers. Like, I'm fucking in this shit.
Right.
As a grunt in the Army, like, we do fun shit, too. Like, we'll go to Louisiana. We'll stay in the swamp for 3 months. Then we'll go to Mojave Desert in California for 3 months. And then I'm like, this is fucking
bullshit. But that's not
bullshit.
Australia.
That's not Australia. And it's definitely not, like, we're in the swamp, in the desert, the mountains, so I hated them ever since then. On top of that, you're getting the same pay. You're an E3, E4, whether you're called a private or a fucking seaman or airman, whatever, it's the same pay.
Yep.
But if you're in the Army or the Marine Corps, you're in the fucking woods and you're in the rain and the snow, whatever. I'm better for it, and if I had to do it again, I would fucking do the same thing again. Even though when I'm in the snow or freezing or shivering, and I was like, fuck, I wish to join the Navy or Air Force. Right. I would never change it. So anyway, I was in California. I was in Port Hueneme, and I don't even remember where we're at. So we were.
You went to go meet a buddy out in California. We stopped. I don't remember how we got there. I remember, but I don't know what your point was.
No, it had to be about food or something.
Yeah, we were talking about the ocean.
Oh yeah, sorry. Okay, so we spent the weekend in Hollywood and LA, and I remember it was late night. We were fucking faded, we go out to the end of this pier, and I remember at the very end of this pier, it's like 2-3 a.m., and I'm looking out at the ocean, and the waves are crashing in at the fucking supports holding up this dock.
Scary as fuck.
And I just remember looking down at black and thinking, what is down there, and what if you fell down there, and just being
black.
just being like, Jesus Christ, like that's fucking scary, you know? Like,
yeah.
And then when you look out, like the waves are crashing in. Like if you fell down there and you were in between the supports, whatever, trying to wash back to shore, like looking back at like this is a pier that went out far. Just looking back at the shore, it's a long way. And when you look out, it's just black. Like even if it was daylight, you're not looking across. It's the ocean.
Right.
It's the Pacific. I just remember being like, fuck that, you know. And that's just nighttime, and I've been at Atlantic, Pacific, I've been overseas. Just looking out at that or being in that regular time, it's scary. I couldn't imagine being in a hurricane or seeing exactly what that could do, but the ocean is no joke. Like, and yeah, the deepest part of the ocean is the Mariana Trench. It's on the map, on the wall, but only two people have been down there. 5 miles deep, the Mariana Trench.
It's gotta be creepy.
There's more people that's been in the
in space
in space than the moon than the Mariana Trench. And there's so many things about our planet that we don't know about. But yeah, it's absolutely frightening. You know, at night, just looking at the ocean. Yeah, it's scary, man.
I get that 100% for sure. Mm-hmm. But it's just like when I think about space and just how it's like infinite, like it just doesn't fucking end, and it's so hard to wrap your brain. Like I don't think we can. You know what I mean? The fact that you could just keep going, like just like forever and ever and ever and ever, and just like it's. I think the quietness would just. Like it's just I don't know which one that like freaks me out more because like I said I love the ocean. I love going to the beach and stuff like that. I've been scuba diving. I've been snorkeling. It's still creepy as fuck because if it wants to eat you up, it's going to eat you up. And like somebody on my Twitter, when I had put that poll, they had said, well, at least like if you're lost out at sea, you have a little bit of a chance of surviving. If you're lost out in space, you're fucked 100%.
But yeah, but look at it this way. So like, okay, let's say you're on a fucking some shit plane. It crashes. You're in the middle of the ocean. Even if you're in a fucking jetliner that crashes in the middle of the ocean, they're going to have kind of an idea where you're at, but the world is so gigantic because the world it's not flat.
Right.
You motherfuckers. So even if they have an idea where you're at, like 500 miles, let's say, okay, it's where you crashed, they think it's 500 miles around a circle. Right. Them finding a fucking life float, it's highly unlikely.
Right.
If you're in space, you're dead. You're going to be dead as soon as your oxygen runs out, which is going to be within, I don't know what kind of oxygen packs astronauts wear when they're on the space station ship. Let's say it's 3 hours. Mm-hmm. After that, you're dead. You're dead. On a life raft in the middle of the ocean, people looking for you, they're not going to fucking find you.
You're going to start hallucinating.
They're going to start hallucinating. Within, you could, it's the rule of whatever. So even if you had a little bit of water, you might live 3 weeks, and you're going to slowly suffer in the sun, dying in the middle of the ocean. No food. Even without food, as long as you have water, you can live for 3 weeks. You're just going to die there.
That's creepy horrifying. As fuck.
Yeah. Well, you could try to swoop down and grab a fish and eat raw fish or whatever. And, you're just going to die from the sun and dehydration. And I'd much rather die quickly. I always
just take the helmet off and you're done.
Yeah, you die quickly. You never want to die a prolonged death. Anything longer than a few minutes, man.
Yeah.
If you die, you just want to die, man. You don't ever want to suffer. I've seen people who've just, I don't want to get too dark, but like people who've just fallen, like older people that have fallen and can't help themselves or can't reach a phone, that's died face down on like their carpet.
Right.
Like just, after a week of nobody coming to check on them and their face sunken into the floor, that kind of thing. Like That's not how you want to die, man.
Give me outer space all day.
Yeah, all day. Like
I get that. That makes perfect sense for sure.
Even if you drown, even if you die in a fire, like at least it's pretty quick. But anytime you die where it's prolonged, suffering and pain and wondering, like, oh, nobody's gonna come check on me. Like, yeah, nah.
Outer space is still scary as fuck.
It's scary as fuck, man. But fuck, if you gave me the option of most things, I mean, you want to go out hard, Yeah. Like if you're like, hey, do you want to
stiff as a board?
Yeah.
Hard.
Yes. That too. But if you're like, hey, do you want to get beat to death and then maybe lay on a concrete floor for like 2 days until your brain swells till you die, or do you want to get killed by like a tiger, or do you want to go into outer space and die? Like, well, fuck. Let's go big.
Yeah.
Outer space, you're gonna die quick, Other ways you're gonna die quick. Other days you might suffer for days. I did see a thing on Twitter, and it said, "Why would you go big? Or why the fuck would you go big when you could go home?"
Yeah, I saw that too. Somebody had it on their Snapchat. I was like, "That's genius."
Yeah, it's so true. Yeah.
Go home to my own bed. Like this is easily.
Yeah, it's easy.
It's an easy decision.
All right, I gotta hit the bathroom real quick. I got a story I have to share with you because you don't know the story. It's new.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it's
For
new.
real?
Yeah.
Can't wait. Well, you fucks. How we doing here, Nasties? We're about we had that technical difficulties up front, so about an hour 45 in, plus the other 6-ish minutes. Man, it's fucking nice to be back in BDC Studios. As always, every time we get together here in the studio, it's a whole weekend thing. So we're doing the podcast tonight, and then we got a couple guests coming for tomorrow. Be knocking out 2 podcasts tomorrow, and then obviously the Sunday morning one. That's always going to be a little bit shorter, and I think that's we're gonna hit up the questions, the Q&A at that point. So, but it's just fucking nice to be back. You got some good food, like I said. That pork ass looks nice and juicy, nice and thick. It's gonna be awesome. So, what's the story, homie?
All right, so
Getting some props or something. 2 Chains.
2 Chains. All right, so there's this gas station by my house. It's right off of just west of 25th K Park.
Yeah.
It's a rundown gas station, and they're run by Arabs.
Okay.
Right? So nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
But they have cheap prices. So like Tito's vodka, the other day at Baker's, where I usually go to the store, it's $39. There, it's still $33.
Hell yeah.
Baker's had a deal for a while. It was 12 Bud Light cans or bottles, $7.99. Like, you fucking can't beat that.
Right.
So, and at Baker's, it was on sale at that same price, and then they went up. So I'm like, well, fuck. So I started going to this gas station, and it's a shady gas station. It's right next to this old.
Well, that's what you expect.
Yeah, right. It's next to this old car wash. There's always shady people in there, but I'm like, fuck. Like the Arab dudes in there, they're cool as shit. They're kind of shady, but I'm like, fuck, they're fucking cool. They're super cool, right?
Uh-huh.
Almost suspiciously cool. So I went in there. It was a couple Sundays ago. I went in there. I was just going to pick up, I think I was getting some chew and some Tito's. I can't remember what I was getting. So I walk in the store. There's this big fat lady in there with a bunch of kids crawling all over the counter. And I'm like, this is, annoying, but whatever, I'm going to grab what I get to grab. This girl comes in, right? This young girl, she's probably 20, 21, 22.
Okay.
She's like, hey, are you busy? And I'm like,
She asked this to you?
she asked this to me. And I said, I don't work here. She's like, oh, no, I know.
I could tell.
And she's like, I know. She's like, I just, what did she say? She's like, no, I know you don't work here, but I need help. She's like, I'm trying to pick up this washer and dryer. I don't know anybody else with the truck. I saw you pull in. She's like, I'll give you $20 if you help me move my washer and dryer. So I said, well, how far is it? You know, and it's a Sunday. I don't got anything going on. I was just gonna go.
What was your first thought with she at? Were you just like, is she like legitimately? Are you like trying to see if she's trying to play you about anything? Or?
Well, I'm always concerned
right. Yeah, that's why I'm asking.
I'm always concerned, like people's motives and shit. Like I'm highly suspicious. Like I said, I'm fucked up. That's why I have problems sleeping. So I said, I'm just kind of like, what? And she's like, oh, I'll give you 20. And she looked, she looked like a nice girl, like a nice kid, you know, like so. But that's how you get suckers to do shit.
Yeah,
you know?
Absolutely.
So she's like, you know, I'll give you $20. It's right down the street. I said, where is it? She's like, it's right down the street. I just don't know anybody else with a truck. And she's like, I'll give you $20. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I said, I'll do it. I said, okay. I said, I'm going to finish up in here and I'll meet you outside. And she's like, okay. So she goes outside. The fat lady and her kids finish running around. And then I get to the counter. Buy what I'm gonna buy, and I'm like, hey, if anything happens, and the dude doesn't know me.
Of course,
I go in there every now and then. I'm like, hey man, if something happens to me, it's because of this. He's like, I got you. No bullshit. He's like, I got you.
Fuck yeah, that's awesome. He probably hears that on a daily basis, from what it sounds like.
So I'm like, okay. So I go outside. The girls they're in a small car. I didn't see it when I pulled up. I didn't see them. I parked. I backed up to the gas station so I always back in so you can get out easy.
Yeah.
I didn't see them. So they pulled up after me and I was wondering like, why the fuck did they see, when did they see me or whatever? Why would they ask me? So anyway, so it's her and another girl. She gives me $20. I'm like, okay, I'll follow you. Put the money in my pocket. I jump in the front seat of my truck and I'm about to follow them. This dude in a green pickup truck pulls up, so I'm almost trapped in the gas station, right?
Yeah.
So like and it's for people listening, it's tough to imagine. So I'm backed up to the gas station, so I have to pull forward to get out. The dude pulls up, like catty corner to me, so his driver's side is right next to my driver's side. It's this old beat up green pickup truck, and he's like, "Hey man, that's a nice truck." And I was like, "Hey, thanks." He's like, "You ever race with that thing?"
You're shitting me.
And no, I'm dead serious. And I said no. So for people listening, I drive a 07 gray Ford F-150, just a pickup truck. And he's like, it looks fast. I said, and I'm like, laugh. So now, okay, so I'm like kind of laughing.
Right.
And I'm looking at him, and I'm like, nah, man, it's just a pickup truck. I don't race. Like, and I'm laughing because it does nothing about it says race.
Yeah, who would ask about a Ford F-150?
Yeah, it's a normal pickup
Sweet
truck.
tires,
It doesn't
bro.
look fast. It's old. Like
Right.
it's got some rust on it. I'm like, nah, man, I don't race. He's like, well, do you want to race? And I was like, no. So now what's going through my head is, it's already weird. Like every time you go to this, it's like a Walmart. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, there's
yeah,
weird
absolutely.
people there. The fat lady with their kids are all over the counter, and I'm trying to I'm like, hey man, I just want. And then this girl's like, hey, do you work here? So what's surprising when I've told the story at work. So the girl that came in, I think she was maybe mixed. She was with this white chick. The dude that asked me to race, believe it or not, was a black kid, probably in his 20s.
Oh, nice.
So it was this black dude in black dude maybe in his late 20s.
What did you say he was driving?
A beat up green pickup truck.
Okay.
And he's like, oh, that truck looks fast. You ever race it? Do you want to race? So already before that guy pulled up, I'm kind of like, all right, these chicks I'm gonna follow them into this neighborhood, and it's not a bad neighborhood,
right?
You know, it's right around the Air Force Base. So I'm like, I
legitimately thought you were gonna say, I got the 20, I pocketed it. She takes a right, I go up and take a left. Like, I was like, I know you're not that type of a guy, but you started laughing. Yeah. Like, I know they probably couldn't hear it, but like I could see you started laughing. So I thought like that'd actually be pretty funny.
No, so I'm like, automatically, I'm like, because I told the dude, I'm like, hey man, if I end up missing, it's because of this. She's like, I got you. So I'm already like, this is weird. They have me following me into this neighborhood. Then this dude just pulls up, like stops me. He's like, hey man, you know, nice truck. You ever race that truck? So he's asking about racing. So now, like, I got so much stuff running through my head.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm like, no, man, I don't race, you know. And he's, oh, okay. So he kind of pulls off in front of the gas station. I'm just trying to complete this mission and go home without, you know,
without any losses.
Without any losses. So then I pull out, I follow these chicks. As we both drive by outside of the gas station, he's revving his engines and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? So we go the neighborhood. There's this chick. There's a washer and dryer on the corner. I help these two chicks load it into my truck. We drive like another block. Drive up, put it in their driveway. They're like, yeah, my brother will help me get in the house. Thank you so much. Like when I left the store, they gave me the 20.
Okay.
You know? So it wasn't like, oh, are they gonna pay me? Like, so I'm like,
right.
I had the 20 in my pocket, and then the dude approached me. So I'm like, well, fuck, I gotta do this. But at the same, like, there's so many things running through my head,
right.
you know, just because I'm kind of crazy.
It's just
and,
a
like,
weird
security
situation.
And shit. It's a weird situation. So then I drop it off. I go home. I tell Camus about it. She's like, yeah, it's fucking weird. You know, and I tell the girls about it. You know, the girls from the car that I dropped the washer drive, they're like, you're probably never going to like gas station again. I'm like, fuck, I don't know. It's just weird, you know. I'm on high alert. I tell the guys at work about it. Like, late in the day, I'm like, oh, hey, by the way, this happened. My buddy at work, my captain, Andy, he's like, oh, that sounds like the fucking Rush video from Paula Abdul. Yeah. So we pull that up on YouTube with the Fire Stick, and I'm like, how often do you watch this video? It's Keanu Reeves and
like, how
Paula
do you
Abdul.
know?
And so somebody made a meme with my head on Keanu Reeves' face next to Paula Abdul before the race or whatever. So then somebody at work was like, did it fuck with you? And I was like, what do you mean? He was like, your manhood, or did it bother you, or do you think that guy got the best of you, or do you think you're a bitch now? And I'm like, no. So he kept bringing it up. So I'm asking people, has anybody asked you to race before? And most people are like, yeah, well, guys I know or whatever.
Right. Back in high school.
The guy Tony, he's got 25 years on. He's like, well, yeah, you know, we used to cruise Dodge and people who used to race, but no strangers. So pretty much, I came to the conclusion that I got to find this guy and I have to race him. and my defense was, you know, like, I had shit going on.
You're already tasked with the mission, so
either one of those things would have been highly, like, weird, suspicious, like.
But it happened within like 30 seconds.
They both happened within 30 seconds of each other. So I'm like, so now I'm like, in my head, like, things are spinning like fast, you know, like I got my head on a swivel. I'm like, do these people know each other, or is this a setup? Like, it's a shady place. It's a shady place.
But God damn it, they sell cheap alcohol.
Yeah, they sell cheap alcohol. So I'm like, fuck, I've been going there. So I'm like, do these people know each other, or what the fuck kind of setup is this, or what? Like, I don't have anything.
Right.
Even if they did, were like, hey, give me your wallet. I'd be like, I'm not gonna give you my wallet. I'll give you my cash. It's gonna be $40, maybe tops. I take it.
If you're lucky.
Yeah, take it. You know, but. Yeah, so I don't know. Like, you want to take my truck? Like, yeah, what the fuck? You know, so, but it's still like, I'm like, there's a lot of things happening, and so anyway. So they're like, bottom line, they're like, oh yeah, you should have fucking did it. Like, your street cred dropped and all this shit. So now, and when I told them it was a black dude, everybody's like, what? No fucking way, no way. You're shitting me. It's a bullshit story kind of thing. I'm like, dude, why would I lie about this? I'm like, this.
If I'm gonna lie, I wouldn't make him black.
I'm like, a black dude in his late 20s pulled up in a shitty green pickup, and it was like, oh, nice truck. You ever race that thing? And I'm like, this is 100% fucking true story. So
he should have just said, only for pinks.
Are we some pink slips? Let's do this. So now I'm on. So one of the guys at work, like, yeah, my whole fucking street cred is dropping and all this shit. So I gotta find them. So I went back to the gas station. Usually it's two brothers. They're Arab, and then there's some chick that works in the morning. I've only been back there twice since this happened about 10 days ago. And I told the dude, I'm like, the dude that was working that Sunday, it was a different dude when I went like 4 days later. And I was like, hey, man. I didn't tell him the whole story about the washer dryer shit.
Right.
But I was like, hey, there's this black dude. You know, I told him, black dude, pickup truck, wanted to race me. I had other shit going on. I couldn't do it. He's like, you know, he's like, and I know a lot of my customers here. And every time I go in there, I think there's like shit. They're like selling drugs. There's shady shit going on there. No disrespect. I'm not hating.
Right.
You know, I don't give a fuck. But it's like I know a lot of my customers. I'll keep my eye out. A black dude beat up pickup truck. I said, if you see him, tell him I'm down to race, and then we'll coordinate. You know, next time I come back, you know, we'll fucking whatever. So I've been back there 2-3 times. No luck yet, but I'm gonna find that motherfucker. And every time I'm riding around Bellevue, I'm looking for that motherfucker. Yeah,
you'll find him. You'll see him. You'll go up to him and you'll say, "Hey, yeah, let's do it." He probably won't even remember. He'll probably think you're just challenging him. He's probably something that he just never. He just does.
I don't know, man. It was so weird, and I, you know, thinking about security and shit like that, like. I'm like, what the fuck?
That
man?
Is weird as shit.
It was
Where
weird
would
as
you
fuck.
race?
That's what, and they were like, and if it wasn't, like I had like these girls, like seriously, this chick, like I'm in line behind this fat chick,
right?
And this chick's like, hey, are you busy? And I was like, I don't work here. She's like, I know, I just, and then we get and then she gives me the 20, and then as soon as I get in my truck, this dude. So like I'm thinking about all these other. If that didn't happen, and the dude just rolled up. And was like, hey man, this looks like a fast truck. Which I would have been like, do you want to race? I'd have been like, well, where or whatever. Right. I would have been
race inside to get a drink and back.
Yeah, I'm just concerned about following them, doing this, and then getting home. So it was just a weird story, man. But I had to tell you,
dude. I'm glad you did, and we're gonna need updates for sure. So hopefully you find
no doubt, I'll find that sumbitch. Motherfucker's mine.
You'll see the truck, and it won't be him. He lost a race to somebody else.
yeah. Oh shit! You run the truck up. Oh shit!
That's so fucked up. I mean, when's the last time anybody else challenged?
Nobody does that, right?
Unless you're in high school. Outside of high school.
Have you ever been challenged to a race?
Me? No.
Yeah. No, I've not either.
I've never had a vehicle that anybody would ask. I used to drive a 1994 Ford Aspire. Do you know what that is?
No.
It's 4-door hatchback. It's like a Geo Metro. That fucking thing went 0 to 60
Oh,
in a week.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Aspire, yeah.
Yeah, no. And I had like a 80-something Dodge pickup before that. I'd never been asked. I've been in a car with other people racing.
Right.
My best friend in high school, he had a Camaro. And I was in it with him racing somebody else from high school, but friends, no random fucking person.
If this is a random dude and I don't have a fast looking truck, it's just a gray pickup.
Maybe it was just you. Maybe he was really just challenging you, but like you're just so intimidating, he had to go after your truck.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It was fucking weird. I'll keep you updated for sure.
Yeah.
Everybody at work wants to know, and I got to find this guy, and I'm going back to the gas station looking for this guy. And we're gonna get to the bottom of this, but. It's fucking. It was fucking strange, man.
You ever suck dick? What? Say you ever race your truck? That's so crazy.
Yeah, man.
I love it though, man.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. You know, I kind of forgot about. You know, I told Camus when I got home, and I kind of forgot about it. And a couple days later, something came up, and I was like, "Oh shit, I should tell you guys." I ended up telling the story like 4 times at work because more people were coming in halfway through the story and shit. And they're just like, "What? It's a black guy."
It's a black guy. Yeah, I know. I didn't even believe it.
Why did you move these girls? I'm like, what the fuck? So I had to keep retelling the story.
That's all right.
It was like a young girl. She didn't seem like like a.
I mean, good for her just going up to you. Just...
Yeah, she's like I really don't know anybody else with the truck. It's seriously like, and it was, you know, like it was. It took 10 minutes to complete that.
Right.
You know, they helped. I don't know if they were rug munchers or whatever. But one girl's pretty strong. But no, yeah, I just had to tell you that, man.
Dude, that's fucking awesome.
I will definitely keep you updated.
Yeah, we need it. You're going to be out there looking every day. Just looking around.
Yeah.
Keep that head on a swivel. Fantastic. How you holding up there, bud?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good.
A little fading. There's motherfucking Tito's vodka.
Hell yeah. Dude, I'm so glad we're back. It's been awesome.
I feel so good, man. I feel so good.
Absolutely. So one thing that I wanted to bring up to you that we haven't talked about in like a year. Okay. Do you realize what's in just a little over a month for the
Christmas.
state? No, you're off by a couple months. It's only October there, bud.
Shit.
Christmas.
Easter.
Deer season.
Oh, yeah.
It's coming around the corner. So I didn't know if the boys were talking about it or like,
Nope.
are they going to go back out to their grandparents and go?
Yeah, they're going back out. You know what happened last year?
Yeah.
They've taken hunter safety classes.
Yeah.
They're ready to go. They're going to kill some shit. I got fucking army and I got work. I'm not going to go. So there's a few day, one of the weekends, I'm going to have the house to myself.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get fucking weird as shit.
Hell yeah.
Like clowns and midgets and shit. That kind of shit. Like weird. No, but I really want to go. And one weekend I got drill, the other weekend I got work. So the boys are going to go. I think, and I can't remember, I think last year both boys got deers. Mm-hmm. And then the year before that, I think maybe just Tegan got a deer, but yeah, they're going to go. They're going to bring back some shit for sure.
Yeah, man. I'm fucking pumped, dude. Because, like I said, last year I haven't shot a deer in like 5 or 6 years, and then that whole situation. And then looking back on it, man, I've done so much research. Like, I'm looking more forward to this year deer hunting. Like, I'm changing it up completely. I'm not doing what I usually do. Like, I'm changing everything. Right. Like, I'm still, like, I always hunt out of a deer stand, so I'm still going to do that. But usually what happens is we go in the morning, get out to the deer stand before the sun comes up. So this way, when they come out to eat, if they're going to go through the area, it's there. But then after morning, because it's just like World War III, I mean, it's just guns everywhere. Because deer season this year is from November 11th to the 19th, like whatever that following Sunday is. And so there's only two technically, it's like 1 week, but it's like 2 technical weekends. Okay. And so usually we would hunt every Saturday morning, Saturday night, Sunday morning, and Sunday night. So you go out, you get to the stand before the sun comes up, and then you're out there, and you sit out there. I mean, some serious hunters, they'll sit out there all day and stuff like that, but usually you don't see stuff moving through and stuff like that, but sit out there till like 9 or 10 or whatever, and then you go back out like at 3, and then just sit till it gets dark and goes back. But this year, depending on the weather, now if it's gonna be super cold, I'm not gonna fucking kill myself. I definitely want a deer, but the way that this weather is, I think it'll be fine. But I plan on sitting out there all day.
Okay,
I'm gonna go out there, get out there before the sun comes up, and because a lot of times where I hunt, I go out there for the night hunt. I go out there and we end up pushing deer out, like who have come in, to rest for the, over to get away from all the fucking chaos and over the afternoon and shit before it's feeding time at night. So I think I'm gonna go out there and I'm just gonna sit. I'm taking a gallon jug to piss in. So this way, I could just obviously pee off the tree stand, but if a deer catches a whiff of that and they're fucking peacing out, then I'm going to just take some food and I'm going to fucking nap and snack. Because I'm such a light sleeper anyway. Anytime I hear a squirrel or something here on the leaves, I wake up. So, because it's not obviously the best sleep. But I'm going to sit out there until it gets dark, or hopefully maybe I catch something running through in the middle of the afternoon, man. But I'm fucking pumped. I definitely did the thing last year completely wrong. Because I usually, anytime I shoot a deer, it goes down and it's dead, soon. Especially with the high power rifle, like with where I shoot is not like a long distance shot.
What kind of rifle? Or what caliber?
Well, it just depends on 230 will do the the trick and shit like that. But I'm gonna take my AR out there this year, and then I think the rounds that I have are like 5.56 or whatever. Okay. So that's what I'll be taking this year, and I'm gonna do open sights. I'm not gonna go scope. So I gotta make sure I shoot it, before we get out there. But yeah, man, I'm hoping like with that, just switching everything up, switch up the type of gun that I have, using open sights and not using scope, just trying to sit out there. Hopefully it's good for me this year, man.
Yeah, man.
So like I said, I've been doing a lot of different research. What I should have done last year with that deer is just not chased after it, but I was just like, there's no way it didn't die. There's just no way. And then I should have just, like, I think if I would have just backed out and just left the area and went back and looked, I probably would have found it dead. If it just let it sit there. But again, if it was just that bad of a shot, maybe if I shouldered it or whatever, it wouldn't have died. You just never know. But I'm just tired of not getting a deer,
Yeah,
and then,
no, you're due, man.
Yeah, I'm just fucking pumped, and I've been talking to Vito and just been, trying to get a game plan. He's gonna I said, with that huge deer that he saw last year and hit that he didn't get, he's going to set up a blind, and hopefully that deer's still alive and comes back through, and he's going to set a blind down closer to where it was at, and instead of sitting where he was, and hopefully be able to get it. But man, I'm fucking pumped. I can't wait. It's going to be fucking phenomenal. Sitting out there, just like passing out, and it's the best. So I hope it's it's nice. It's a little cold, and then like the sun comes out, and then you like warm up, and I can and plus I'm in a tree stand, so with the tree stand I can stand up. If when I get tired of sitting and stuff like that. So, just be out there in the woods. Obviously it's not too far from the road and shit. It's not like I'm in deep how people backpack into shit like that. But man, I'm just super fucking pumped and got a permit for either or, so either a buck or a doe, and obviously the plan is to take a mature buck, so hopefully I can get one that's like 5 years or older, which probably won't be. They're usually not that old when they come around, but get some fucking stock back up on some deer meat, so I'm fucking super pumped for that.
Yeah, dude, so, keep me and us posted on that. That's fucking awesome.
Absolutely. So I just know it was coming up. So by the time, this will come out, it'll be before, but we probably won't get back together before deer hunting. So it may even be beginning of the year because you get all the holidays and shit in there. So and we'll definitely have some calls. But I'll definitely keep posted, and if we get anything, post the pictures on the gram and shit that. So. But I'm just fucking pumped. I just know you had mentioned you were going to try to go this year if you could, but you just weren't for sure at the time with the work schedule. And I know you were trying to get back in to finish out the Army thing. So,
the boys, where they go at Cam's family's ranch, like I guess there's tons of bucks and tons of deer running around. They're going for I think the full week. I won't make it at all. I was hoping to go. But,
it's all right. You're gonna stay here and get weird.
Nothing
wrong with that.
Oh, for sure.
Be walking around in like Speedos, smoking cigars.
Maybe a pipe.
There you go.
Fuck it.
A corn. I got a buddy who has a corn pipe.
Shouts out to Hef.
Rest in peace, dog. That guy.
No, man, that's awesome, dude. I love hearing about that, and I hope you get something.
Me too, man. Because I think Vito, he's all out of deer meat. I think we finished all of his off, and I may have a rogue like pound of it. It's somewhere in my freezer that maybe I didn't know it was there. But other than that, we're out, and it's just never good to be out of deer. So
no,
not at all. So I am super fucking pumped for it. And I've just been watching videos and just seeing how I can step up my game. Like I hunt pretty easily. I want to get into hunting way more, but it's just so much money and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
And all I've done my entire life as far as deer hunting is I've only done like tree stand hunting. I've never stalked like glassing up and like hunt that way. That's a totally different way to hunt. I would love to do it. Be a good way to get in shape too. I'm not in shape to go like to do like a big elk hunt and like
you're
pack
looking
it
good
out.
though, dude.
But I try.
You been working out?
No. Just like watching like what I eat. I was.
No, you look good. I'm not bullshitting.
I dropped 10 pounds, and then last time I measured, I went back up 3. But I think it was just with weddings and shit, just not really watching what I eat. But JPEGs, and we try to do good a lot, during the week. So just trying to watch like my portions and shit. So I think I'm probably down about like 7 or 8 now. Shit. But I'll probably go back up and then I'll drop back down because that's just this current weight where I'm at is where I've been for quite a while, which is good. I feel good. So.
How's your dick looking?
Small, but
because every 10 pounds your dick grows an inch or something like that.
I think that's what they say, but when it's 14 inches already.
Yeah.
That would be awful to have a 14-inch dick. I think that'd be just horrible. Yeah. Have you seen the guy who has like the biggest dick in the world? It's like. It's huge. Like, he has to like wrap it in gauze and shit because it gets warm. But it's really not. The thing is he lives in Mexico, but it's really he has like a normal penis. It's like a 7-inch penis, I think. But he has just like this growth that goes down, and it's like down like to his knee, and it's probably like no joke. It's like fucking. He can't wear like normal pants and shit like that.
Go back. So is. I got lost. So it's like a It's a normal sized penis.
But he has this like this weird growth or like shit
when it gets
that's
hard
on it. I don't know. I don't know if I don't think he can have sex. But the thing is, the weird thing about it is, and we'll look up a video just so you can, kind of see it and stuff like that. Sorry, something popped up on the computer. I just want to make sure we weren't going to restart.
Boners.
But he could get it medically fixed. He's just choosing not to because it's just like he wants to be known for that. But it's weird.
All right.
I just saw something out the other day. I know it's not gonna make any sense to anybody until you see it, but I just said having a 14-inch penis would be weird, and this guy could get it fixed, and it's just awkward. I don't even remember what show I saw it on, but he has to wear like not even like sweatpants, but like these really like MC Hammer pants because this fucking thing is like ridiculous. It's a hog, let me tell you. Holding up?
Yeah, I'm good, dude. I am a little faded.
You look like you're just getting ready to say something.
No, but I'm killing it.
Hell yeah.
I was gonna talk about that Cleveland.
Oh yeah. You had mentioned something about that.
All right, so I was talking about this with Camus because we were talking about like how people come back from like deployments and they do like surprises and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how you feel about it.
Like when people come home and surprise like their loved ones, or like, I mean it's all right. Like I mean it doesn't bother me. Like I've seen a lot of awesome videos where like guy comes back, surprises his family or something. It doesn't bother me. I mean I think it's cool. It's good for them and stuff like that. I think it's good to like see that stuff out there, and I think it like people enjoy. I think it gives like brings at least like attention, to stuff, and like I don't know, feel maybe a little bit more respect when you see stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I don't mind it. I don't like watching it because I get like emotional and shit, because it is an emotional thing, but it doesn't bother me. No, not at all.
Okay. No, it doesn't bother me either. I just think I don't know, just fucking come home. And fucking take care of your family.
I don't think I would want to do that. I would just come home or whatever. But.
Yeah. I know it's got bigger through the last few years,
like through social media and shit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, like me and Camus were talking about it, and it's always going on, like football games, baseball games, and all that.
Right.
And I'm always worried about like, well, what about like if the chick has like a boyfriend, and then like the dude comes home, and then it's like, oh shit. What if the boyfriend's at the game kind of deal? Like, give them a fucking heads up, like you're coming home. Like serious, because that's what happens. Like you leave for a year, like shit happens,
People get lonely.
Yeah, people get lonely. You gotta do. So I'm always like, fuck it. And then I think people do it for social media or just for attention kind of thing. Like, I think just fucking just be like, hey, I'm coming home. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm coming home this date. I don't. Whatever, maybe you request something or you just fucking come home, so I think about that. It happened. One of our friends came home and somebody videotaped it, and me and Camus were talking, and she's like, would you want that? I'm like, fuck no, like I don't like it. I just want it to be about life and about us. Like,
right,
we don't need to get that shit on film. Like it's a real thing that happens, like if I left and I came home, it'd be super dramatic for me. Right. Like I would just want to be in the moment, whatever. I don't need that on film.
Well, see, like for me, part of it is because the older I get, and like I said, anybody who follows me on any social media knows I love social media. I'm on it, but I hate when the first instinct of people is to pull out their phone and record whatever. Oh, yeah. Like it seriously drives me nuts. Or I go somewhere to sightsee and people just have their phone out taking pictures. Like it literally is one of my biggest pet peeves.
Oh, yeah.
So in that case, not so much. I get that you want to have it home,
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like I have some really, really close friends of mine where their dad was deployed for a while, and he came home, but she snuck him home, and they did it all in their house. Like they recorded it. He came home and saw his kids in the house. It wasn't anywhere, and so they never posted anywhere. I think they have it just for them. Again, I don't hate it at all. I just, hate the fact that everybody always has to have their phone out for everything.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I know I don't know. It's nice and it's good in some instances if your phone's out and say something happens and then, somebody could be, gets caught on camera for, like, say, theoretically somebody's robbing a bank, and if that helps to their arrest.
Yeah.
I get that point, but, like, something happens and everybody just instantly pulls out their phone. Like, at concerts, at, anytime the sun's setting, just shit like that. Like, that just drives me nuts. So that part of it, I agree with you. Like, I don't just get that out of my face. Like, let's just, I would want to be, it's how I feel I would be, but I don't know.
No, I know. And, like for me, like, I probably don't take pictures enough.
Right.
Like, I try to, like, make a note, like, hey, take pictures of this shit. Like, this is going down, whatever. Take pictures of it. Where, like, my daughter, she's, like, taking pictures of everything. So I'm just, like, fucking, like, if we're in South Dakota or Mount Rushmore or wherever, I'm like, yeah, take some pictures. But, like, kids, I think, it's like they stream or record everything, and it's like, fucking put your phone down.
Right.
Just enjoy it. The story's maybe gonna be better than the video, like do it. So anyway, me and Camus were talking about that, and I don't know, it's just some of that shit is weird. Like, maybe just enjoy life, enjoy being in the moment. You don't need a picture of it, because a lot of times pictures are fucking they turn out shit.
Right.
If you're doing fireworks, or if you're doing, like, even concerts, sporting events, any of those things, like, you stream any of that, it's like, that looks like shit. It's not the same.
Yeah.
You have to be there. If you're at a concert, fireworks, any of those, like, well, if you're there, like, it's incredible, but you don't have to fucking, when you see it on the video, you're like, oh, yeah. Whatever.
Yeah, and I'm not above doing it. Like, if I go to, like, I'm a big Chiefs fan. If I go to a Chiefs game, like, I'll take pictures of, like, the stadium, or, like, when I get in there or something, but it's not my first thing to do. Like, I was on Instagram, and I was Discover Ocean. I think I've talked about it. It's, like, one of my favorite Instagram accounts. And they just had this video of, like, this whale that was, like, coming up to this boat, and, like, literally everybody's like, oh, that's so cool, and, like, as they were, like, literally pulling their phones out to record it, which I get, you want that, and you may watch, even if you watch it 100 times, is it still worth seeing the whale in real life through your phone screen? Like, even if you're not looking at it, you're still holding it up. Like, I just enjoy that moment.
No way. No way. You enjoy it.
And so, like, that's the shit that annoys me.
Yeah, there's a lot of stories, like, you could show, like, oh, I caught this, whatever, or you could just tell the story. The story is going to be better than the actual thing, Yeah.
I get you. I mean, it is a little weird, but like I said, some people, that's how they want to do it. So, like, that, again, because soldiers are coming home, or airmen, or whatever you want to say, it doesn't bother me all that much. So that's one of the few times where I'm like, all right, I get that.
Yeah. It also brought up a story. So, the Cleveland airport story. So.
Oh yeah, that's why we started this, wasn't it?
No, I don't know how we got. I think we got on here somehow, but so before we went to Bosnia, like, me and a bunch of my buddies, we were in Fort Riley, Kansas.
Last week?
Yeah, it's like a week ago. About a week ago. So we were in Fort Riley, Kansas, and we were just doing a train up to go to Bosnia, and then. We couldn't, like, back then, you couldn't take just leave. Like, you had 30 days leave in the Army. You couldn't just be like, hey, I want to take leave for so-and-so's wedding. They'd be like, you can't take leave now. You have to take leave. It was called block leave. So you would take leave whenever they wanted you to take leave, unless it was, like, a real, like, serious thing.
Right.
So we all took leave at the same time, and it was right before we went deployed to Bosnia for 9 months, 10 months, whatever. So I was home all the time because we take 3-4 day weekends, even 2-day weekends. I'd take my buddies home to Omaha, and then on longer weekends we would go to other places.
Okay.
So, like, 3-4 day weekends, we're like, oh, let's go to Ohio, or let's go to Illinois, because so and so lives in Ohio, So, like, Hang lived in Illinois, we'd go to Illinois. Hines lived in Ohio, we go to Ohio. Jenkins lived in. We never went to. Never mind. We never went to. He lived in Sacramento. We never went to Sacramento. We went to Texas. We went to different places. We went to New Jersey. So we get long weekends. We go far. So I had a short weekend. Sorry, dude, we're getting faded.
Cleveland Airport. You had a short weekend.
So short weekends. We were in Fort Riley, Kansas, which is less than 3 hours. So we'd come home. So I had a 30-day leave before we went to Bosnia. So I spent a week in Florida. I had a buddy from high school, Delmar. I was at Jacksonville, Florida. Stayed there for a week, and then I had a connecting flight to Cleveland. Then from there, I stayed there for a week. Came home for 2 days, and I went to LA for 2 days. I went home for 2 days and went to LA for a week. So while I was in Florida, this was back in the day before text messages. And,
right.
You know, so I'm in Florida. We're fucking kicking it. On my way to Cleveland, I had no contact with my buddies, you know. So I'm like, oh, fuck, hopefully they didn't forget about me. You know, I couldn't get a hold of anybody. Like, I'm just calling them on, like, payphones and shit, that kind of thing. I think I had a cell phone. But anyway, so on my way to the airport, I'm calling them. I'm like, well, fuck, I'm just going to be in Cleveland Airport, and I'm going to be fucking stuck. I'm going to be stranded.
Right.
I was nervous, you know.
Yeah, because it's Cleveland.
Yeah, because Cleveland's a shit town. It's awful.
The land.
Cleveland. So I was really nervous, you know, and I'm like, well, fuck, you know, I'm just going to get there. Because my buddy Hines lived in Akron. He didn't live in...
Shouts out my Hines.
Yeah, shouts out Hines for sure. So he didn't live in Cleveland. He lived in Akron. It was like 30, 45 minutes away between there. So I remember on the plane, I'm like, I'm fucking partying my ass off in Jacksonville. We went to like some Puerto Rican festival on the beach, and like all this shit's going on. Get on the plane, and there's a fucking rows of these like high school chicks that just got back from France, and they're like talking the whole time.
Oh my God.
And
we already know you can't sleep.
Yeah, I can't sleep. Back then, I probably slept like a baby, man.
Yeah.
But they're like, oh yeah, we just got back from France, and they're talking and all this shit. Like, yeah, I'm excited to see my dad and all this shit. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm gonna get to Cleveland Airport and grab the payphone and put quarters in.
Probably die.
Yeah, they'd probably die. Yeah, for sure. So, I'm hearing all these fucking 16-year-olds talk about their fucking trip to France, and I'm like, who's coming to pick you up? I'm like, fuck, I don't think anybody is, you know. So and this is before 9/11, you know. Uh-huh. So people could still come up to the gate to pick you up.
Yeah.
So as we're getting off the plane, we're getting off the terminal, and I'm walking out. I'm hearing people like yelling, kind of thing, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? And then I start to hear my name, and as I get out to the terminal where people pick you up, I see my buddy Hines and Hang, and they're standing on the chairs, and they have a sign with it says, you know, my name on it with
Spicy
the heart.
Brown.
Yeah, Spicy Brown with the heart around it. Yeah. And they have a bullhorn, and they're yelling because we used to use a bullhorn all the time back then.
Excuse me.
And so that's all I hear, and then I go out and I see them. They're yelling my name, so I run out. They hug me. They fucking like tackle me in the middle of the floor, and yeah, it was fucking incredible, man.
That is fucking hilarious.
Yeah. So I have a picture, and I'm trying to find it. Like, I've been texting them, like, it's all three of us with the sign, with the heart around it, Spicy Brown with the heart around it. And, yeah, it was just fucking super cool, man. So, like, if you surprise some people, sometimes it's shitty, other times it's awesome. Like, I thought that was awesome. Because for me, it went from...
thinking you're gonna
I'm
die.
not gonna get picked up. I'm gonna have to call, you know, Heinz's mom and then her sister. Like, hey, somebody come pick me up from the airport. To these motherfuckers have a celebration for me, where everybody in the whole airport is like, "What the fuck? Who is this guy?" Like, they're looking around. These guys are standing on a chair with a bullhorn.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fucking awesome, man.
That's fucking hilarious, awesome. Dude. That is great. Those are some friends.
Yeah, for sure. And I still talk to them. I gotta find the picture because I didn't look that hard, but
Right.
I'm sure the picture's around. We'll post it on the gram.
I always like the people who like do shit like that to their friends. Like you go to pick them up at the airport and they say, you know, welcome home from rehab. Or,
Oh yeah,
yeah. You know, stupid shit like that. But that's fucking phenomenal, man. That's great. That's good. That's good that you didn't have to call and try to figure shit out.
Oh, for sure. And shouts out Matt Hines. He's always talking about the podcast, and he lives in Akron, Ohio. He's gonna try to make a trip out this summer, and if we get him on the podcast, it'd be fucking great. But
hell yeah,
we'll see what happens.
Be a good old time. Well, we're about 2.5. Well, we're over 2.5 technically. So, I mean, it's pretty late. So, technically, the time we're recording, you're gonna empty the pipe and then we'll close her up.
I gotta empty the pipe, man. I'll be right back.
And we're back.
We're back in this shit.
Yeah. Man, it's been fucking blast. I'm glad we're definitely back in BDC Studios.
Yeah,
one of the times you took a piss, I said that we got some fucking awesome guests. Like we do how we do it every fucking podcast weekend. So we got food flowing. We got some fucking awesome guests, and we won't tell you. We'll just kind of tease it, but we do have a question that has been asked early on in the podcast that we're gonna get an answer for. We have one of our guests is essentially taking a bullet for the team to find out this answer. So I know we asked a lot of stupid ass questions out there and shit like that. So we'll let you guys try to figure it out. That'll be out 2 to 3 weeks from when this one comes out, depending on how things go. Sure. So. Yeah, guys, I just make sure that you're, following us on all social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Everything's at Nasty and Friends. Send us questions. We got shit ton of questions. We're gonna be doing a Q&A coming up here. You'll probably hear in like 4 weeks. So that'll be Sunday morning for us. So we're fucking super pumped about that. But yeah, guys, I mean, we love you. Thanks for everything that you guys do for sure. It's awesome. Share, listen, just downloads. But got some shouts out and fuck yous. I know you said you didn't have anything, so I'll go first while you're thinking about it. Shouts out. I do want to give a shouts out to Basic Blake. I think I maybe started telling this at the very beginning of the podcast, where when we were talking to the Stanhope's Death Pool, what I was saying is that we just broke after you got your first hit. We were in the top 50, then we dropped down all the way to 120.
Oh yeah.
Then we finally broke a 100 again after a couple good hits, and I said, yes, we finally broke the top 10, and they retweeted it, and Basic Blake hit us up and he goes, and we're sitting at number 1 waiting for you. Like, just started talking shit, which is exactly what I would have done.
I love that.
That's what we would have done for sure if we were, sitting at number 1. So shouts out to him. Like, that was fucking cool. I know we talk about every podcast, but shouts out to Sean Evans, The Last Dab, and Pepper X. Like, I can't fucking wait to get that and try that. And we're going to run the whole entire gauntlet. We'll do something. We may have another guest. We just may. We're definitely going to need questions for that. So that's awesome. That's all I have for shouts out. Fuck yous. I know we didn't talk about this at all during the podcast, but fuck you to the Addiction Network guy again, because I still can't fucking stand those commercials. There's a second commercial. He's a fuck. Drives me literally up a wall every time I fucking see him. So fuck him. And then fuck Joel Osteen. I think we could probably say that right now. I mean, that's a good one. He's a fucking cunt. That's all I have. What about you, sir?
You know, I'll say fuck you. I gotta say fuck Trump just because he's a bad human being. I gotta say agree with you and say fuck Joel Osteen. For shouts out, I gotta say shouts out Doug Stanhope.
Yeah.
And shouts out to Bingo because for being comedians, for running the Death Pool. Shouts out. I'll say shouts out to Grunt Style and Zulu Fucks for their clothing company.
Yeah.
I bought a couple shirts lately, and I want to say shouts out to you, man, because I fucking love you, dog.
Oh, yeah,
I'm glad you
too.
made it into town.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. It's going to be awesome. This week is going to be great. The guests we got lined up, I cannot fucking wait.
Oh, I know. It's going to be good, man.
Nasties, I know it's been a while since we've been here. It's just like our first time podcasting again. It happens. It's growing pains. Listen, Sometimes we outthrow our coverage. That was me. Definitely last time. We didn't even podcast Sunday morning because I was so hungover. So I definitely want to apologize to you about it. So you were all ready to go, and I just had too much fun with Ashley. So it's just awesome. But no, man, I can't fucking wait. We got a big Husker game.
Yep. Nebraska, Wisconsin, tomorrow 7.
By the time this comes out, this will probably come out on Monday, so you guys will already know the outcome of the game.
Oh, I'll give my predictions real quick. Nebraska 48, Wisconsin 34. Also, Ferguson knockout. Mighty Mouse Johnson knockout. That's it. That's all I got.
Nice.
Derek Lewis, the Black Beast, knockout.
There you go. There's a 3 knockouts, you said. Huskers win by that much. I think Huskers win. If they do win, they win by less than 5. That's my prediction.
For sure.
So,
for sure.
It's in Lincoln, which is awesome. So it's Huskers usually tend to play at the potential level of whoever they're playing.
Wisconsin's favored. This point spread is like 11 and a half, 11. So, but they'll cover. Nebraska will cover. They will maybe win outright.
It'll probably be an ass beating. Either way, you guys keep sending in your questions. We love you. Remember, life is simple. Don't be a dick. Night sluts. Motherfucker, yeah.